Oh no, Silver. This is the joke that never dies. He's eating from barbecue. Actually, Michael had picked up steaks early this week, and that was kind of late because I didn't realize that the last episode of The Office was like 50 something minutes long. I should have actually anticipated that. So I got started eating or cooking a little late, and then I had to rush through it so that I could get done in time. So I didn't start eating until about 10 minutes before stream start. But thankfully I was running down to set up. So I went. Hello, Matt. Hello, Nolan. Hello, Silver. Just eat on stream. That's what Michael used to do. Well, no, when Michael used to eat, that was one thing because he's not on or not doing much, but with his hands. But otherwise, it'd be like just sitting here. It'd be a just chatting stream. Really good money for that. Yep. Turn off the noise gate. Get that compressor set real high. Hello, Nightly. Are you still sitting? Actually, last I checked, yes, you were. Gotta get that up again. Yes, that is why I have to leave early, because I have to go pick him up. He's visiting for the weekend.
Cool.
Thank you very much, Silver. Michael's best pony. He would disagree with the first three words, but if the fourth were true, he would definitely be happy. Yes. Are you boarded yet? No, they're still not, you're still not boarding for like another hour? Oh no, you're in Eastern. Oh yeah, this would be like another hour. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What the hell? You go over to that gate and you tell them you have very important horse duties. Okay, maybe don't use that word. Thankfully, the nice thing is I almost every time, I mean, as long as it's not delayed by too much, I've had, because they're on a schedule, they just make the time in the air. They put a little bit more gas in and then just punch it. Yeah, I did say duties. I said horse duties. I'm late 30s. Yeah, super short. Yeah, it's less than 2 hours. I once took a flight. It was a layover flight between Minneapolis and Milwaukee. The flight was, I think, 50 minutes. And we never hit cruising altitude. Actually, no, it was maybe less than 50 minutes. It was basically, they went up, and then when they hit they hit as high as they were going to go, and then they started going back down again. It felt more like they were just throwing a rock that was run on jet fuel. Actually, that was an interesting flight because was that the one for work? I think it was for work, and it was a layover in Milwaukee, but it was I didn't have to get off. It was like you stay on the plane, but it was like a blizzard in Minnesota, and so like you could not see anything out the window, but none of it was sticking, and it wasn't a temperature of concern, so they were just like whatever, and it was windy, so they just think screw it. So taking off in that, like, you couldn't see anything. And so as you're going through the air, it would just look like you were looking at white static on a television. And it was like early morning, so it was like kind of dark too. And then just poop over the clouds, and it was perfectly sunny. It was just like you're used to like days of cloud and whatever, and then just suddenly like that, having it snow or having no snow and just having it be clear day. It's like so weird. Longest flight you're on was 7 hours. I love flights like that. So actually, that now that I can talk about it, I am going to Galicon. That was announced earlier today. So I'm going on an 8-hour flight. So next Thursday. Layover in Amsterdam. I've never been on a flight longer than 3 hours. So that'll be interesting. I'm like, kind of looking forward to it, actually. It's a time where you're kind of disconnected from most things. I have the Steam Deck now, and as long as I can plug it in, I'm just going to play that the whole time. Okay. Well, hello. May or not be buzzed when you pick me up. Don't grab the ones on the plane. Those are expensive. I was looking at one time getting like the Delta credit card because you get like 80 at one point. It's like 80 or 90,000 bonus points. But I did like all the math on it, not just of like what the original bonus points are, but what it would look like 5 years from now. And it came down to my current card is better. I have like a current one is 1% everything, 2% on a lot of food, and then 5% on a couple categories. But I saved hundreds by having a set of furniture when we moved in here, just from my credit card thing. And the Delta ones don't tell you that they charge you like $250 a year after the first year. If you fly, like, I think anything more than like 3 or 4 times a year, it's probably worth it. But other than that, like, even when it's $1 per point for non-flight purchases, you get 80,000 points at the beginning. That's $80,000 worth. It took years to build up that type of points just from point. It just didn't make any sense to me. I just rather have cash back in the pocket. They're free. Oh, well then. My favorite Steam Deck game is running updates and downloading games I don't play. I've been playing Sea of Stars, and I've been going back and forth between PC and Steam Deck, and I don't really, for pixelated games like that, there's like no difference in the experience to me. It actually feels just like, I think almost better to play it in the handheld. I actually enjoy it a lot. So I was actually just one of the other days I could have went down here and played it. I sat on the couch. I said, screw it, upstairs. But it depends on the game. I'm not going to go and play like a super 3D detailed shooter or something on it. But for some of these like pixelated games from like, I'm doing Sea of Stars right now, and then I wanted to kind of maybe go back to do Final Fantasy VII again. But I was also thinking 8 and 9 because I don't know those well enough. 7 I know pretty well. 8 and 9 not as, I don't remember as much. So I've thought about doing that, and those are it's the perfect device for doing that. And I just like that I can play it and then be like, oh, well, I want to sit on my couch. So I can just drop it on there on the dock, play it on the TV, and it's for a game like that, it's no different than my PC. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, we're working some more on some scenes here. We were, I wouldn't say done with this, but we are good ways done with it. I need to just clean up the coloring a little bit. I need to get the blue a little bit more over here. And I need to get something with the ground here to have a little bit more detail and a little bit of a better transition into the background. Because right now it doesn't feel realistic. I mean, it really, if you look at the original, it wasn't either. But yeah, that was the goal today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. We had our drywall put in downstairs today, so it's no longer wood walls. It's not finished. They still have to spackle it and do the sanding and all that before we can paint. But now it went from being not echoey to being immensely echoey again because it's just flat walls. Oh, actually, this isn't, don't know if I can use this actually, because if I go like this, it's just going to be a flat board. I can't, really put it anywhere that's going to maintain the detail. If I do this, it's again still just a flat surface. And I can't flip it over, can I? No, I can't. The bump maps and stuff don't work on the other side. There's a property just to invert the normals, but I have other ideas. You're super enjoying Starfield. How is that surprising in any way? It's not like you put what 800 hours into Skyrim, and now it's just Skyrim where your cart goes into space. I'm gonna try for a hill. Oh. No, that's not good. It doesn't have the detail I want. Oh. No, they're still really pokey. Oh. That actually might work. I still didn't get the last achievement. I can't. Oh, so what? You were working towards it, but then you just couldn't help it. Michael was kind of like that too, but we've told him to hold off because if we're going to be gone for like 10 days, because we're going to be gone for Galacon for a while, it was like, if you get it, you're going to play it for like 5-6 days, but then we have so much stuff going on, like you're gonna lose interest or something by the time you come back. I hate starting a game and then not being able to, like, especially one like that, a story driven game, and then not be able to put the time into it. It feels like you have like this really, it's like you're really into it, but then you can't get enough into it to keep going. It just, you lose all interest. That's a bit better, but I want to see if I can rough it up still a bit more. Maybe shrink it a bit more. You shrink it too much. I know you hear. Oh lordy, coming. I want to get a chair. Isn't there a chair in here? Yeah, over there. Oh, he's going to look at the drywall. Really weird for like the longest, or not the longest, for the last like 4 to 5 months, I've been used to being able to walk through my basement, like where the walls used to be, and walking in weird angles, and I can't do that anymore. Feels wrong. Yeah, I think it's just something like this is really all that's needed. You look at the drywall.
Yeah.
Is it drywall?
I think they did a much cleaner job than the last guys.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. These guys, it was still like I had no idea what they were saying because it was just some contractors that came that the contractors hired on. But yeah, super clean job. It's just a guy and his son that just came in there and didn't speak English.
Yeah, they did a very.
But no,
good
they did an excellent job.
Hello, Silver, you're alive.
Knightley's here too.
Well, Nightly, instead of us going to the airport to get you, can you just edit us in leaving to go get you?
Yeah, he is an expert editor.
Yeah, he's really good at editing. You can just make it look like we care. he's really good at that, like that.
Oh wow. Like he was like all excited. It was a compliment.
No, we love you. Not allowed to leave once you get here.
Yes, yes, Knightley, we love you, but Michael apparently maybe not so much.
I wanted him to edit both of us. Easier for everybody but Nightly. I mean, I do help edit derps. being in pain. Yes, and I can never forgive you for that, but still. It remains difficult for me to actually watch these. Oh, I'm sure
You never watch any of them.
because I'm in them, and it hurts to look at it. I look at my video for 5 seconds. I hear my voice. I see my face, and I'm like,
You're kind of a focus, so yeah.
you got to start like just editing like James Earl Jones or something in my seat. Or yeah, maybe William Shatner. Someone cool.
Pee-wee Herman?
No. Not Pee Wee Herman.
What's wrong with Pee-wee Herman?
No.
Rest in peace, man. Like,
Rest in peace. All is forgiven. Just make me into a horse, and maybe I'll be happy. Just kidding.
I like it sometimes you just say these phrases that I know that like you actually believe, but they sound weird. So then you immediately are like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Just cry later. Looked really good steak.
That actually did turn out really good. You were out
You
of
edit yourself into the stream? You certainly can. I don't see why not. You could be like in this area, or just replace him. Probably get more views.
It's
fun.
But
Came down here to be a butt today.
you know, that sounds like you.
I do like this picture you're working on though. Something about it.
Well, because I wanted to, I have that in the background, but I feel like the only way that works is if the ground can actually connects with it.
You want
To do that, I had to put it like pretty low.
Well, that's your ghost fact, Soul Kitty, that nightly, like all editors are actually just ghosts. They keep them working. That's why you never see the editors. They're always far away in Ghostland.
Editors are in Ghostland.
That's where ghosts go.
Ye old Ghostland.
Ghostyville.
Ghostyville.
Yeah, it's real original. I know. Pretty cool place to they don't even need plumbing because nobody poops in Ghosty Land. So.
But then that means they don't eat.
No, you can eat.
But then where does the waste go?
There's no waste because the food is like ghost food. So it's the soul of food.
Ghost food. It's the soul of food.
Yeah, when you eat a sandwich, its soul leaves the sandwich.
So like
food.
when a cow goes to slaughter, and it's like finally I'm free, but then it goes to ghost slaughter for ghost
It's
burgers.
a completely new being. Like when you put the sandwich together, it becomes like it's born. The sandwich is born,
and then you eat it,
and it dies, and its ghost soul goes to Ghostville. And then ghosts eat it, and then only then is it truly dead.
So must kill it not once, but twice.
Yes. That's your ghost fact for today, Soul Kitty. Remember that next time you're eating a PB&J.
Murder the PB&J.
It was just born. It sees you. It thinks, "Wow, this world is amazing," and then you eat it, and then the peanut butter and jelly sandwich is dead. But then it goes on to become a sandwich for a ghost, like nightly. He'll eat the sandwich after you eat the sandwich. That's what you should take from that. It just ghost AI. The Ghost in the Shell. Sounds about right. It's like we replaced the real Nightly with an AI years ago. This is just nightly bot.
Still keep it in a cage.
Gonna have fun at the Ren Fair. Looking forward to the Ren Fair. Are we going tomorrow or are we going Sunday?
I love how
Ghost extracts?
Mo, but you and Adam are big on. You have no idea what's going on, and you're just kind of like if I think there's one day that I told you guys, I'm like, you guys ready to go? What? Like it's board game meet. Oh, when? We leave in like 5 minutes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean,
like you just know these things.
You don't need to.
Because I do
them for me.
That's what scares me is that.
And it was my understanding, as far as Ren Fair is concerned, you weren't sure which day you wanted to do yet.
I was waiting to see how the weather looked, but we were locked into tomorrow now because I had to pre-purchase the parking tickets, so it was 3 times as much at the door. The problem is they moved all the rain till tomorrow.
Yes, but it's not supposed to be long. It's supposed to be like 1/10 of an inch, scattered over a large area.
Also, I'm looking at it from where we are, and we're going like 30 minutes south. So, actually, that's what I should look at. I should see.
If it rains a bunch, we can just cover ourselves in mud and like truly live the experience.
What does the weather for the location say? Smaller chance. Partly cloudy during morning hours to give way to occasional showers. It's fine. It's a chance of rain. I would just make sure to like bring a. Well, I don't really have an umbrella. Mine broke.
Soul Kitty, it's dangerous to give robots souls. You don't want to do that. Got to make sure that they can.
Is that a robot fact or a ghost fact?
It's a we just don't want I don't want to have like feelings if I like throw away a toaster, you know.
But if it did,
I mean, then I guess it would probably start demanding a wage every time it makes my toast, and we can't have that.
Rights for toasters?
Yes, no rights for toasters. I'm gonna toast my bread and be quiet, toaster.
Why is it not? It's not processing. I didn't have it. I thought it was. Okay, maybe not.
So Silver, if you're still there, I'm curious. Do you have any, without giving spoilers, what's your opinion of?
She said it earlier.
Well, she did. I wasn't here though.
Yeah, and she's. What was her opinion? Yeah, Starfield is so complicated. You need the time to put into it. Because I was saying you wanted to play it. I was like, no, you should wait. I'm super enjoying Starfield. She said.
Okay. So she likes it. Spaceships.
No, it definitely looks good. It's I will probably touch it. I think my guest was in December.
December? That's a ways away.
Because I really want to dig into it. And with September's really busy. Then October, I have to prepare for Cider Fest all the way up to mid-November. So.
You have to pony a bunch. I cannot hold that against you.
It's buggy and not enough ammo. Well, that's why you got to punch.
Punch at space. Space punch. It's like a Captain Falcon move.
Okay, that back lightning bolt is not. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. It needs to be as straight to the camera as possible. It looks weird. You can see it kind of looks a little blurred there.
Mm-hmm.
Still looks even a little blurred there. Well, I mean, it's kind of a pixelated texture. So, but when it's processed, it should clean out a little bit of that. Yeah, but it still looks a little too blurred.
Oxhorn has a thing to do again. Because he finally gave up on doing all the Fallout stuff. Because he's like, I've been doing nothing but Fallout videos for 10 years. There's nothing left. I was quite happy.
I guess if you're going to pick a game that you're going to make content for pretty exclusively, Bethesda games aren't a bad choice.
It was just Fallout with Oxhorn, though.
But there's a lot of stuff to follow.
There was, but he did it for years and released regularly. I was actually quite pleased because he was one of the people who reviewed my Dolphin launcher. That's why one of the main reason I know who he is. But yeah, he's a big guy who smokes cigars and talks about Fallout. And I guess he's got Starfield he's into.
So the best I can probably do
Kill them spacers.
is probably like that with that one, and that'll just bump with the brightness. The other one looks fine. Okay, that looks a little clearer. All right, I need to move like a little bit of a blue cloud over here.
Mm-hmm. You have a bubble vest for Derpy to wear?
No, you said before that I don't need to put their clothing on.
You don't. But do you?
No, we're not putting any socks on Derpy.
I didn't say socks.
I knew what was coming
bubble vest. I mean, it would be pretty easy to put a lab coat on.
No, she wouldn't do a lab coat. That'd be the doctor.
Doc, yeah.
Yeah, but
she would just, if you can't find the bubble vest, you can do like socks or something.
So, okay, like I didn't say socks, but now you're like, but I did.
But you pushed me to it. You pushed me. You were like, I can't do that. We don't have it. I'm like, well, I guess we can settle for socks then. That's what you said.
What was the one thing that I did the poll to figure out? Like when Michael asked for socks, and you definitely did.
That's like asking if the sun is going to come out at some point in the week.
No, it had to be like Derpy was loaded, and we were like looking for things to add to the shot. And I put in the poll like, well, Michael asked for socks, and I tried everything I could not to lead you to the question, and I didn't.
Might as well it's asked. Will Michael continue breathing after coming downstairs?
Sometimes he walks in the door and he comes home. He's like, "Hello, socks."
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so that put the blue a little bit there.
I'm my priority straight.
I don't think this is a bright enough light that I don't think I have to worry about any of the blue over here. I think I could darken whatever light I'm using to light behind them. Yeah, this one. I think I might drop that just a little because that really helps pop this light. And I think I might add a little bit of an extra light to Derpy here just to help pull, because I don't like when the horses, when you have the lights right down the middle, because it feels like it's a 50-50 split on the face, and that just doesn't, it's not kosher. So let's,
yes, horses aren't kosher, don't eat them.
So I'm just gonna put, I think I tried doing that. Okay. I have to be careful because I have there's so much light already in her face that I don't want to have it be where you can't see nothing. So I think what I'm gonna do is drop this down. It's already super low. Yeah, that's better because it's not a point light. A point light would make a nice, strong, super hard shadow. But it's not. The entire interior is essentially a glow, which means that any of the shadows coming from this should technically be like super soft, because from one side to the other it's being lit, and that's gradient is going to show as it goes around. But it should be nice and soft. He's not as bright, but he's also just a darker color.
You don't even really need him in the shot.
So you're saying if I just do this?
Yes. Maybe copy Derpy, make two Derpies. Both looking at their watches. Yeah. There you go. No.
Okay. You know what? I agree.
That's the clone of Derpy. That didn't turn out as good.
We're gonna go with it. All right.
It's clone Derpy.
I think it's good. We're good. Thank you. That was a good recommendation.
I still think it's better. Yeah. just like I think we went back in time. And it's like, yes, we were. That tail is aggressive. It's like, what if Derpy and got like in one of those teleport machines with a wolf bat?
So hello, Derpy. Are you okay? I'm in so much pain.
No,
my teeth have escaped.
They do look a little broken. I need to see a dentist. Doesn't look quite great. No. You made it worse.
Wait. There you go, Michael. It's tiny mouth.
No. Or Derpy. We'll clone Derpy.
No, we'll put it back to her lover.
That's her brother.
They both end the same.
It's Dinky Doo. Or Derpy Hooves.
The only difference between lover and brother is the first consonant.
They're both Hooves.
Or the first. Yeah.
It's Derpy Hooves and Dr. Hooves.
No, it's because they're married.
No. Siblings.
You tried to use that logic against me, then I gave a valid counter argument. You're just like, no.
No.
What? Okay, I'm gonna look up that poster again.
Gotta go back in time.
See if there's anything more.
Did you make goggles work? Because Marty's wearing goggles.
Gotta be a better version than that. No, you brought up the thing before.
No, it didn't work.
It's not. It's just not easy enough to do that. It's actually kind of messy. There we go.
Need to give him this cool
Oh, they do have a lot more lightning going on there than we do. Kind of.
Check out Marty's shoes, though. Give him those shoes.
Those are like those auto boots.
Those are like pump.
I would give him the boots, but I don't. Those boots aren't in the game.
Give Derpy cute booties. Do it.
No. If I could, I would put like the whole outfit and everything because like Doc's outfit here is pretty snazzy.
No, yeah, that is pretty snazzy. I kind of like the Hawaiian shirt he's got underneath the like radiation suit.
Mm-hmm. And those pants.
That's just straight up from a radiation suit.
I don't know what these boots like.
He stole those from a WWF wrestler.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
WWE, I suppose.
I would say like they're hazmat boots of some sort, but the laces wouldn't make any sense for a hazmat boot. Would be complete rubber all the way up.
Like floor mat wrestling boots.
Yeah, but those pants, like
those pants are awesome.
Snazzy.
I don't like the color yellow, but he makes it work.
So the only thing I could think of is I thought about adding like some kind of a dust particle into the air so that because when you have a shot like this and the camera is moving, it can kind of I might need to move that lightning further back. It kind of feels so close. It feels like when there's not many objects that you don't really feel things shifting and moving, and I feel like I might need to do some kind of a dust particle to allow for that. But at the same time, with some of the editing plans,
if you shifted to look at the flux capacitor, that's what you should be doing.
Like this?
Yeah.
I have to move closer, and I have to be a little careful because of how that lightning is up there. These lightning bolts have these like glow balls up there.
The most interesting thing about the DeLorean is the flux capacitor.
Yeah, but I don't care about the DeLorean. I care about the horses.
I mean, that is.
If you want,
point.
I can just do like this.
Oh, you do kind of have it so bright inside the car. You can't see the flux capacitor.
So I don't know. There's no way that because I can't move the camera fast. It has to be a very slow crawl in a direction. So more than likely, if I had to do the camera, it would be like starting like over here and then kind of like shifting and moving to kind of over like a little closer. But it's never going to go into the car. I had to be careful because some of those clouds you can see they have issues if you start going above certain points, and some of these lightning bolts start breaking down at specific angles.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think I can call that one. I think I can call it good. I'm not a huge fan of Derpy's expression.
Give me the woo face.
No, she needs to have her mouth open. I think she needs to just be less smiling.
Oh, make her sad.
No, not sad, but just less. Because she's a little too straight. It's like a little bit of a curve up. I want to put a little bit of a curve down. Is this commission piece or something? No, we're still working on some make her super sad.
No, Niley, you're supposed to like be cool. Don't make Derpy sad. No, she's like super grumpy sad. She just learned she has to like ask her the Grouch died, and she's very sad. It's like, Derpy, all of your friends on Sesame Street are dead. I was like, no, not Elmo. Yes, even Elmo.
But I liked Oscar. Oscar was my best friend.
He goes in trash can.
He was my only parasocial friend and real friend.
Derpy has.
We had so much in common. He lived in a trash can. He ate trash. And that's where the similarities stop.
Wow.
He smelled real bad.
Derpy also fresh big muffin. Facts. Derpy facts.
But no, Sunset, we're working on a promo of sorts for Ciderfest, and I need to just create some scenes that aren't pictures. They're still 3D, but I need to be able to move the camera a little bit within them, but still frozen in time. So just that are representative of either stories or themes within like a storytelling type environment. Movies are a storytelling environment, so it was brought up to do that, and I thought that could be fun. It also came up because I had a DeLorean model and it came up for a second. So
yeah, and Derpy and Doctor kind of work as Marty and Doc.
Okay, so that was all I wanted to add, just a little bit down like that.
So I like Derpy. I didn't know if you knew that. I didn't know if Sunset knew that. Not that I like Derpy, of course. Anybody in chat who wasn't aware.
What's the one siler? This one has it, right? Yes.
So how much should we drink before we go get Niley?
Oh yeah, I can't drink too much.
Yeah, unless I'm behind. I gotta pull. I'm behind you either way. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Well, the only person that can't get out doesn't matter right now, thankfully. Yeah, sadly, Nightly, Adam was going to leave tomorrow, but then for his flight, but then he realized he had it wrong, and he actually had to leave this afternoon, so he left already.
Yeah. So
I want to get his house alive, please. No, it's more of ethically. I don't mind having a drink or two, but if I know where my limit is, and it's pretty low in my head of where I would ever drive. But I also just ate a crap load of food. So, and I have a tolerance that's about equivalent to a like mid-sized elephant.
We're just gonna roll up to the airport, do a spin out, open up the door, beer cans will just tumble out, and we'll be like, "Nightly, get in."
Well, in a minute, because I'm out.
Oh, you're out of water. You didn't even bother to get water.
No, I have water, but he did dehydrate.
You're trying to make him drunk. You don't want to live.
No, I did realize I have a problem with this scene. All the volumetric lights that I have in here they have noise turned on, and well, normally that's not a problem. It's a problem if you're trying to make it look frozen in time. So you can see as I go over here, you can see everything kind of looks like it's shimmery. It's going to definitely shift and move as I move. It probably would be fine, because if I'm like moving the camera in, the camera's moving. So even if the lights kind of seem like they shimmer and change, it's probably not a big deal. The problem is the way that light does that is not consistent. So the way that the volumetrics will look on this frame compared to this frame, the next frame compared to the next frame, if I were to go and re-render that again, those volumetric lights won't match up again, and we probably have to do multiple renders on this to get the effects we want. So the consistency is a problem. So I need to actually decrease the noise strength. But the problem is you can see, as soon as you decrease noise strength, it ups the brightness, and that is because the noise creates dark spots that shift and move. But when you remove the dark spots, they all just become max brightness. So QQ. I can do the hydrate right now, but I probably want to give it just a little bit before drinking more booze. But cheers on the water.
He's got 200 proof alcohol in there. That's impressive. He's got like...
I don't think 200 proof is even possible.
You would have to have like a science lab to pull it off.
No, I don't think...
200 proof is the absolute max. That's 100%.
But I don't think
alcohol.
you can do that.
I'm sure in a lab condition you could pull it off. Like people with like
is it stable?
Oh no, anything would absolutely cause it to, like, it would be alcohol with 0 impurities, which would be difficult to pull off in anywhere but lab.
It's 0 impurities, like, yeah, because like something's gonna pop up in there. But anything that would be considered 200 proof, because I thought like 180 proof is the highest you can really go.
Off of a store shelf, yeah. You could do it, but it'd be like you would need like the same conditions as what they keep unstable elements in, like a sciencey lab.
Okay, noise down there. I've had this before where it's like you get that perfect thing, you're like, yes, it's exactly what I'm looking for. And then you have to make a change and it affects everything. And you're like, nah.
My boss did get some rubbing alcohol that's technically like, I think it's 182 proof. I'm just like, why? Why would we need that?
I mean, if it doesn't cost anymore,
I guess.
then even if it does, if you can dilute it.
It feels like I just have like that's just it. You would, I guess you got it because of electronics, but you could get a much lower.
There we go.
Proof. Fine.
No flickering or changes. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna consider that one done for now. So I now need a new fantasy type setting.
I can only think of another one that would be easy. Mm-hmm. It'd be Tron.
No, because that's going into movies again.
Yeah.
I want to go like so we've done like D&D type fantasy. I do need to do superhero Jurassic Park.
You do dinosaurs.
I could.
You could do dragons instead of dinosaurs. You could have Crackle. Crackle,
No, because again, that's comedy and I need to make it mostly serious. So, Power Panthers. If you can, explain what a panther is.
Boom, 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 boom.
Or
Forest Rangers.
Go Power Ranfers. Power Ranfers sounds like a B porno.
Hey, there's a genre you haven't done.
No.
It's fantasy.
Yeah, Ciderfest would love that. They're like, yeah, it's trailers. Like, oh
no. Just go.
That's a penis.
Go back to freaking Star Wars with a beard, and he's just like wiggling his eyebrows.
Gods. So a lot of the ideas the first thing that runs through my head is what's available. Gods would be hard.
Just recreate Abbey Road, but with horses.
Underwater sub adventure.
You could do something underwater. You could do sea posts. Come enjoy the sea ponies when you're.
I think they had sea pony versions of the horses. I think
they did.
The only difficulty is making a scene underwater is kind of complicated to make it like look and feel underwater.
You just do like one sea pony and just make it the Little Mermaid. Just recreate a scene from Little Mermaid, but with a sea pony.
What was this? Look at this horse.
I don't like that horse. That horse is dumb.
Why?
Good horse.
What's wrong with this horse?
No, it's gross horse.
That hoof is
bent really weird. Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
No, I kind of like the idea of the Little Mermaid, but with the sea pony.
Popped up if I would have done
There's
that.
definitely a sea pony. There's
Make a
gotta be
sub-crush derpy at 7,500 meters. I knew somebody was gonna go there.
Niley. Yeah, but it's Niley. Niley, I'm locking the door. You can't come in now. I'm trying to crush derpy.
I swore that there was.
There's gotta be.
Ah,
there you go. I like Lyra. She's perfect. Actually, it would be Fluttershy. Fluttershy would be the best fit for.
So the problem with this is this, I think, was created before the movie, and now the movie has an iconic look.
Yeah, but you were wanting to do the Little Mermaid, or that's what I was suggesting. Anyways. This would work fine for you.
Yeah, I don't think there's much else. The closest it gets is
the.
Or did somebody update them? No. Yes, these are updated, but I still think that they're
still mer ponies.
It's the same one. I thought there was the Dazzlings had like a more authentic one, but they weren't mermaid. They were like
that last one,
normal one. Hippocampus.
I think they got fins. They very clearly have fins. I like that Umbra.
They have fins, sure.
I don't think it's
nothing about the others.
Oh, what's that picture?
It's an enhanced version of this pack.
Okay. That's just straight up seahorse ponies. I don't like that nearly as much as mer ponies. That seems silly.
Hippocampus. I don't think they spelt that right.
National Geographics.
No, like. Oh.
You need the spiked fish.
It's not a hippocampus, I don't think, right? Yeah, that's a part of your brain.
What do you mean? A hippogriff group, a bunch of hippogriffs that form a camp. It's a hippocampus.
Yeah, I think they used the wrong word.
No.
But
you do need fish spike. Just type in fish.
Nah, I might look into that more before doing something underwater. I still have to do superhero. I know that.
But you're just going to use the. You kind of already made a.
I have a picture.
Power ponies.
I have a power pony picture.
Yeah.
And, well,
you could use it. It's already done.
I have two of them actually. I
like the superhero pirate derpy.
It's the one I never used.
I very much remember you making it because you put derpy in a lamp, and I was sad.
Yeah. Nicholas. So I did this one where I was working on doing like a promo for. Why is the camera there? Oh. For Windy City, it just never finished. So I mean, I even have a bit where they're all kind of standing on a ledge.
Yeah,
but I think they're all using the pose from the other one.
No, they all look like they have their own unique pose. And you even have like the spotlight thing in the background. That's cool.
That was just because I was shining a light through them. I just didn't care. It was for this.
Yeah, you just got to change Windy City to like Cider Fest.
No, that doesn't fit the promo either. I had a different idea for the thing, and I made this as proof of concept, and then I never went any further. The main thing I was testing was, could I have the light with the text in there that was readable over a cloud? Because with this actually moving through, it's actually on the clouds, so it didn't just look like a picture or an overlay, where it's actually on the clouds. So
at least a good starting off point for like a superhero thing. I'm curious though. That picture you did for Heroes. Did you actually
the animated one?
Yeah. Did you post that anywhere or no?
Yeah, I gave it to the guy and he posted it.
Couldn't find it anywhere when I was looking for it. I was sad because I really wanted to look at it.
I
wanted to look at it because I'm reading the story now and I know the characters and I want to scrutinize the picture. I want to be like, well, this is good.
It's not a picture, it's a video.
Yes, well, I want to scrutinize the video.
There you go. How goes making the animation? Good. Just coming up with some different ideas for some fantasy or storytelling themes. They're all hippocampus and Greek myth. It's just weird that they linked it to National Geographic then. I think that'd be more of like a more current thing, but
Greek myth?
The fantasy one that Michael's thinking about is what should I call that? It probably was just Power Ponies, yeah.
Loading.
Crash? Yeah, here it goes. Oh, I never posted this. Oh, there you go. It's posted now.
Okay, time to leave. Bye.
No, I was posting to say, hey, we're going.
Yeah. Now we're leaving. This Nightly's almost here, aren't you, Nightly?
No.
It's taking you so long. Why don't you just fly the plane? If you take control of the plane, you'll get here in no time.
He's probably boarding.
Probably.
Soon.
So he's ignoring me.
Yeah.
That was the chair.
I'll start Shane. Ooh, you have cake. What does that cake mean?
I had some of that pie yesterday. Did you have any of that pie?
Oh, our place. Okay. Yeah, I did.
After it was no longer ice?
Yeah,
see, that's the one I remember.
Yeah. I think we still have... Yeah, there she is.
No, Pirate Derby. She got the muffin. She want the muffin.
Can't reach it.
All the years you've been torturing me, and I remember everyone.
She can't. She wants it. So close. Look, it's so close. No, that was what's funny is
this would be
that we left it in the shot. So like, if you're kind of, it's not much, but
you can see her tail. Pirate Derby, she was a superhero too.
But yeah, I did leave it in. It's just dark, so you can't see it.
But you could definitely use this shot.
I could. I think I will. That's actually one of the reasons that I changed like the pirate one to be more action oriented, and the same thing with the other one. I wanted to have more than just people standing looking cool. Like the other one was a movie poster, so that's different, and then the other was an action shot. This one also felt like it was just a standing and looking cool shot. So I definitely needed something in the other ones that was more than that. So yeah, I left my method for darkening the sky.
The best part is the cute little outfits.
I think I could do that with this one. Just do the cute little outfits. The only one I wish that I could do different is I wish that there was a model of Fluttershy being like super beef, but other than taking the muscular Winnie the Pooh and putting her head on it.
No, don't do this. The children will be scarred, including myself.
I don't know. It would work. How did she end up in that shower? Oh, it's not a shower actually. It's like a street lamp.
Yeah.
I think I put a cover on it, or no, it's like a manhole cover or something. I just put a cover on it so that she was stuck. I can't remember the story behind it. I think she wanted to be a superhero, and so we made her a super pirate. But then she got stuck. But then she was just wants some muffin. She can't,
because he can't ever just be nice to Derby. He's gotta like torture Derby. When a muffin, it's so close. Delicious muffin.
It's a big muffin too.
No,
she can smell it because it's freshly baked.
She probably baked it.
All right, but so yeah, we can do that. So how many shots does that leave me at?
How many do you need?
I was looking to do like 7 to 8 at the minimum. So we have 1, 2, 3.
You could
4,
do a Fallout
5.
one.
I did.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
I need to play with it a bit more, but yeah, there's a Fallout one. So I have 5. So I need like 3 more. Actually, in the shower. It's not a shower. It's a manhole cover that she jammed herself into.
Maybe you could recreate a scene from IDW with like Nightmare Rarity or something.
But that's official stories. These are about expanding stories, and it's just I'm trying to follow some more of the cliche ideas of such. Like I could have, what's her name, Daring Do, doing an adventure type thing.
Yeah.
So like actually we could do like Daring Do going to grab an idol.
Yeah.
And like replacing it with a bag?
Just do it.
Like the movie.
Yeah, from Indiana. Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah. Can you find the monkey idol though? Or something similar? A tiny spike, but gold.
That would work.
The Twicane.
Ooh. That's actually like built to be a stage, but that still would actually be pretty useful. Thankfully, it has the word beach in it, so if I need a beach, I can find the son of a beach.
Why? I don't like where this is going.
There's the
the Saxy Award statue.
yeah, I mean that would work.
I think that might just be model in TF2.
Yeah, it is. Well, maybe. Let's load a file anyway. New. So this is gonna be I'm gonna call it adventure. No. I'm gonna call it Indiana Jones.
The superhero one was easy.
I probably don't want stage, but whatever.
Need like a cave.
Right now it's about loading assets, so I just load this because it's nice and easy and quick. All right. I need Daring Do. Really?
She's just having a space out moment. She ate all the shrooms.
They didn't. There's no revamped of her?
You might not just have it. And technically, she's just a Rainbow Dash recolor.
Wait, you're saying that she's not a derpy recolor?
Well, she is a derpy recolor.
No, because you want
Rainbow
that
Dash
one.
is a derpy recolor.
No. Yeah, but you go back to the source. So I think Michael is definitely just admitted.
Is the AK Yearling a revamp? Because it looks like it's both.
No, that ear looks like the old ear.
I like Daring Derpy. Daring Derpy. Daring.
I thought she had a cigarette in her mouth at first.
Daring Derpy's the best model that you do not have.
No, I think the enhanced is fine. If I had to go back to VN, I might have more problems with that.
It's a better horse. I approve of this horse.
What's it, Fixer?
This horse meets all expectations. Horses.
Her eyes are busted because I was using her hair backwards on Rainbow Dash.
Oh, wow. And Australia.
And yeah, I just haven't had a need for her since then. But you have to modify the base texture. You can't do an override for that. So if you go in here, it'll say at the top that it's not an eye texture, it's a vertex lit generic. So the only way you can hide the eyes using an alpha is to make the texture no longer an eye texture, but to make it a regular texture. And so I had to go in there and change its base property. But now, yeah, that's what the alpha is there for. And then boom. Go.
See again. What?
Are her eyes actually the same color as Rainbow Dash's?
Yeah.
Are they truly the exact same color?
I'm pretty sure she was originally just supposed to be a Rainbow Dash putting herself in the story, and then they decided she was real. So. Yep.
Okay.
That was, I think, the biggest complaint about Daring Do is she was definitely supposed to be a self-insert for Rainbow, and then they made her real, and it's just like, okay, well, she's just a little straight up a Rainbow Dash recolor.
I think Rainbow Dash have already modified her pupil. No, that's not the right one. I want the good one. Where are the... Is it VS? No. Where are the textures hiding for VA? Ah, okay.
Do you have a carrot model yet?
What?
Carrot.
No, I think we looked for her once before.
You need that.
Why?
Because you gotta give that horse a carrot. Look at her.
No, she ate.
Deserves a carrot.
She ate a banquet meal before.
That's garbage.
Yeah, I know.
Literal garbage.
But she already ate. She's full.
No, I didn't have any carrots in it.
See, this is what happens when you don't eat carrots.
Yes. Oh no. No more reason to get her carrots.
Okay. Now we need to go to Rainbow Dash VA. There we go. Not Isis. Iris.
It's very different.
It depends on how you look at it. That's funny.
I'm sad now.
My goal.
Mostly
has been
because you still
reached.
haven't given that horse a carrot.
Panicking Dirty running on top of the round boulder that is chasing Daring Do. Daring Derpy. I can see that working. Not for this though.
More derpy.
For this one, it's more of I want to find something that makes it like stand out as kind of that Indiana Jones type adventure thing. And the only things I can think of is her like in the middle of cracking a whip at something, which actually could be kind of neat. But if it's not that, it's finding a scene that is all iconic within some other medium. And if I had to think of what scene is the most iconic within like Indiana Jones, it's the grabbing of the idol.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. There it is.
I like this one.
Not the iconic one, but it is good.
I would think that, well, this thing could probably be worth a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody knows where it is or if he can even prove where he pulled it from, it's only worth as much gold as it is.
No, I mean, the people, the tribe definitely knew where it was because immediately when he steals it, they come out and attack him.
Yeah, but the tribe isn't going to go and verify the result to some other group how much it's worth.
No, it's worth a lot to them.
Yeah, I know, but he's
stealing it.
But why is he stealing it?
They put it in a museum, apparently.
Yeah, so but if you're talking about value or anything, to me, something like this is only worth as much as somebody is willing to put into it. And if you can't prove
Well, I liked in the horse show, they did point out how wrong this kind of thing was. What he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, these idols are worth things to the tribes nearby. They're not abandoned just because they're left in there.
What he was doing is essentially what Britain did for years.
Yes.
Took other cultures' historical items and then put it in their own museums.
Which is still a problem.
And they're definitely doing better about returning those items now. But they're better. But there's definitely some that
slow progression.
They're like, but not that one. That one, we like that one.
We like that. I think the excuse I've heard most is like, if we give any of it back, then everybody's going to want it all back. And it's like, yes.
Okay, so I need a cave, and for cave, it's an easy one. Actually, Okay. Was it Paul, Donnelly, or Esther?
What are you talking about?
For the dear Esther.
Oh, which cave you're looking for?
Yeah, I think it's just Esther. If it's not, it's
more of a temple than a cave, though.
It doesn't matter. I just need something that I needed something that works. Yeah, I just need something that works as a base cave.
It's the base cave.
This will give me a faster starting point. It's like I could just like pull it here or something. Put some stone in the background.
That's true.
This is getting into like changeling territory.
Yeah, that's what I just feel too. Rocks might as well be eggs.
I just wondered why. Oh, I did. We're traveling, guys. I did do. I wasn't done here.
There's so much more to this cave than what was used in the game.
This cave is huge.
Yeah, it is.
But I love using this cave for just basically anything. Yeah, I use this area. I use this for video I never finished.
Oh, I know. The Ember one.
Yeah.
It finished.
Yeah, not by me.
Yes. But it's seamless. Can't even tell when you finished working on it and the other guy started working on it. Perfect.
Wait, this is. Oh yeah, this was where I did a different one.
It looks so refreshing. It also looks like there's probably something in there that would eat you the second you
There's
jumped
probably
in.
like a ton of bacteria in that thing.
It is still water in a cave. It's probably almost certainly filled with like every kind of bat poo germ.
That'd be pretty good for sea ponies. Look how cloudy that is. They will definitely not get like 8 different diseases.
Mirror. That is the mirror pool. That is straight up a mirror pool. Like keep that in mind. That's like the perfect mirror pool.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. So technically, you can kind of go in here and say like churn off. I think was it other entities? Oh, there we go. You could do that. The problem is the moment that you change shot or you actually just start encoding, it turns that off again. Yeah. Thought maybe that road would work, but I don't think it'll work. That because like a lot of these are too colored in like blue or green. Because I need like an area behind, but a lot of these have pretty.
Do you not have like a jungle temple? Anything?
Not. The best I could probably do is loading up like the Aztec map from
Counter-Strike Go.
Counter-Strike. I think there might be one similar to, or that T2 might have something.
I think the Aztec one.
There's like a model similar, but when you look at this shot, it doesn't look like a temple in the background. It just looks like rock with a door. That's why I don't really care. I'm not making it. I'm not putting her in a huge environment. I'm just putting her in a environment. But then to make it look like worn and with the vines and stuff, that could just take time. So having a base to pull from is helpful, and that's what I was hoping. I could find something here that worked as a base.
Drink that water, but that water is pretty good.
This one? Mm-hmm. Be better. At least it's moving.
Yeah, it's
for how much is coming in, it means it's coming off some other surface, but I would still be concerned about it.
I would drink it in a heartbeat. It wouldn't bother me at all. I've drank from streams before.
Yeah, I know, but you can drink lots of different things and I have no problem until the one time that it does. It's called rolling the dice.
Man, I get stomach problems every time I eat like.
It's not stomach
sticks.
problems. It's like there are certain brain consuming amoebas that are in certain waters that you have to be careful
running
about.
Water. Not very long. They're gonna move downstream.
Not very long. They're gonna be in there. It's fine because the chances are low. It's only like 15%.
No, not even. Like 1 in a billion. From moving water. Anyway.
That means that if everybody in the world did it, like 10 people would die.
Yeah, that's generally what happens anyways.
Yeah, it's generally not safe to do.
Safe enough.
Safe enough.
You're just picky.
This just goes up to the lake. No, it just goes there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just build it myself, and I don't like that. It's just
Yeah, the Aztec temple.
Search Aztec. This Counter-Strike one. The difficulty though is the lighting is probably going to be bright, and
in certain parts of the map.
Yeah, but no, overall, because it's a shooty game, so they're going to probably have everything with some kind of a decent amount of lighting. And there's not, I'd have to find a large room with a door in the back. Mm-hmm. It's just the chances of it. Oh, and it doesn't have HDR textures, so it's going to all look like this.
Yeah, that's the original. Like, okay, that's source. That is the source one.
Somebody might have ported it sometimes, so I'm just taking a look to see if there's something that works, and if not, then whatever. Well, that's just the skybox.
Yeah. I know this map like the back of my freaking hand. I played this game so much.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing anything in here that really works. Like, there's not boxes.
Well, there's two places I can think of. One right through that door, to the right there, through there. Maybe this room.
No, there's not a door in the back. These are steel doors.
And then there's maybe the one near the starting area for the counter-terrorists, which is back.
No, because they're putting boxes and stuff around here. None of that works. I think
what
I'm
about
just,
down in those grates?
again, it'd have to be like no. No, it doesn't work. It sucks, Michael.
Fine. Void.
I just wanted some Pies cave model somewhere. I'm looking. It's fine. Putting like rock walls and stuff up like this is not hard. It's just getting it all lit and positioned and whatever. It's compared to just having something pre-made that kind of works. Just boarded my flight. All right. Congratulations, Knightley. Hopefully
have fun wherever you're going.
On time. On time for what they've said. We just boarded. This is supposed to take off in like 15 minutes. Well, hopefully that works out.
Get you on, get you in the air.
Yes, we need. I'm gonna search Aztec because more than likely they have some props. The problem with a lot of these props, I bet you, that they are very low poly or very low texture quality. I can probably get away with it.
Well, unless they ported
stuff
stuff from CS:GO.
I'll keep an eye on it.
CS:GO would have higher texture quality.
This is CS:GO.
That's CS Source.
No, it says CS:GO.
What? Well, CSGO is going to be high tech.
How long has CSGO been out?
A while. But it's still high tech quality. That map you were on, that was CS stores.
Because like all this is just based on bump maps. This one looks pretty decent, but it would be based on the lighting is. But I'm not seeing much for models I can use anyway. Though, like those work, but because this is the only one that's there, I can't really just repeat this 100 times because you're gonna start seeing that little notch there like 100 times. It'll just start looking weird. But this could work.
In pieces.
I think if I took this and put it as a flat base to the wall, then I can use the other one above it and probably make that work. Let me get the camera in position first. This is looking like a 50.
You need to drink more.
I have to do Nightly's like boozy thing.
Yeah.
You just want to grab me a Blue Moon? I think that's the most I'm gonna drink then.
If you wouldn't grab me, then I can give that horse a carrot when you're not looking. If he needs a carrot.
No, you're my beer runner. Okay, so for this, like here, the camera's pretty far back. I'm probably gonna put it a little bit closer. Let's actually try to figure out this pedestals because then I can figure out how much. I don't want to like build a whole room when I only like really need a pretty specific shot here. So I need some kind of a stone slab. And I think I can see the back of it, right? Not quite, but I probably see it enough. Without, if I would have, okay, there's block. Like, I just want like a square piece of stone. Like that looks like this, but like without things. That's it. I wanted me to go grab the booze, but I was using the restroom, so there was untold part of that story. Okay, so that is definitely small block. I'm gonna rescale that. Okay. That probably matches the size pretty good. Okay, and then what would that be? I mean, it's still stone, but like... So how's that thing like not tarnished or anything? It's literally just sitting on a pedestal. Like all this grass and this moisture that's definitely built up around it, and that's still just super shiny. Also, I want to know, like, how did it work when they placed that? Did they like gently place it and then just run out of there really quick? Labyrinth designers confused in these things would confuse me of like, I can understand that like you built it, but how do you get out? Also, then like, why build it at all? I mean, you'd have to make it as a shrine, but if you're not a shrine that you can go there and like pray to it or recognize it, then why'd you put the traps there? There's so much stuff that didn't make sense. Anyway, this would be like a... Oh, I can probably just see if I can find a pillar and then just use the very top of it. It's transparent at the bottom. Because this could work, but I think that if I got it down to the size I need, it wouldn't be tall enough. No, there are. In the back of the fridge.
Upstairs?
No, down here.
Oh, up again?
In the lower fridge. I think it's the second from the top in the back. Pretty sure I had some in there. Did you find any? I'm sure I had some. Temple always collapses. What kind of architect designs a building to fall apart the moment a single stone trigger is set off? Well, I can understand it as like do not take our thing, but then why are you putting it behind all these traps? It's like you're nothing.
There's still a pistachio?
I'll take that. That's fine.
Okay.
That's even lower percentage, I think. No, it just it doesn't. I would think that if you have something like this, the amount it would cost to protect it. Like not cost, I guess, because at that time they probably just use like slave labor or something, but there's still a cost, even if it's the labor, to put all that into it. It just, I don't see where I can swap furniture, future Twilight's main in the main section of the model. I'd like to be able to remind of how to do it though. Like in their direction, you can't. If especially future Twilight's main, if it's one that's built specific for that model, there is not like a thing that you can select to say swap to other side. That is not a thing. There are some people on different models that have rendered it out, with the main in the other direction, but that was because they just took the original model and flipped it and then encoded a second version of that text or that model onto it.
Not a hard thing to do. Not a difficult thing to do. Yeah, there's some hard kombuchas in there.
Those I think were Kyle's and they've been there for a while.
Yeah, if that fridge was unplugged at any point, there's no way. Yeah, there's no way those are any good.
And cheers, Nightly. You're not here, but cheers on our.
He flying through the sky.
He might still be there.
Just on the plane, watching a stream while some flight attendant stares at him intently. Turn it off. She screams.
So the whole thing about, I understand that there's rules in the flight, so you follow the rules. So if they say to do it, yes, there's been no evidence to show that that actually is a problem, though. Earlier on, there could have potentially been, but most devices don't use that stuff anymore. So any plane built in the last like couple decades should have no issue, and even if there was, it wouldn't cause a problem.
Yeah,
but. It doesn't matter if they ask you to do something, you should probably still do it.
You're not going to get any signal from a cell tower in a plane anyways once it's up in the air.
The amount of people that are going to be like, yeah, I put my phone in airplane mode, but their wireless earbuds are still turned on. Or something.
Well, those are running on Bluetooth.
It's still a wireless signal.
So a cell signal operates on a very different frequency.
Cell signal, but Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi is going to run the same signal, but you're going to get that off the plane.
Yeah, but that's why there's already signals, and they were just unsure if those bandwidth would interrupt instruments.
I think, yeah, they won't. They're built not to.
No, they're built to like mitigate lightning strikes. I think they can take a little bit of RF.
Just get all those darn kids off their phones. Cheers on Nightly Esquire Extraordinaire.
Like, this would be the best model to put there.
For what?
For putting the idol on.
Oh, putting the idol on.
Like shape wise. I mean, no, that would be.
I like the peanut one.
But that's from Dota. Where was this stone block from?
You should put that in
from Dota. Okay, that actually is nice. All I can override textures within the same game file with these. So I'll just add override. I need to grab the some black textures, so we'll just go in here to materials and go boom, because it doesn't go back past the parent folder. It's just as models because it doesn't include the Dota. If I wanted to have, like, say, user mod redirected to the Dota folder, I'd have to actually move that texture to the Dota folder and have 2 copies of it loaded.
Is there stupid. Any way to have it so that the bag she's placing on the thing says oats?
No, again, that's funny.
Funny?
Yeah.
Or is it just that a horse would have oats?
No, if in the original his bag said something on it, sure, but it doesn't.
He doesn't want horses to have oats, guys.
Can't even tell. Oh. Kind of weird line across there.
Sometimes stones have weird lines on them.
Oh, it's on both sides. It's kind of finicky. There is a thing you can put on a model, or a property you can do on a model. It's like 8 numbers long, but it allows you to actually shift the texture left, right, forward, backwards, scale it in different directions. It's kind of finicky, but it actually is pretty nifty in situations like you do something like this and then it ends up being that the line for the texture gets cut weird. You can redirect it. But I'm not going to do it here.
Once upon a time, I can see that sunset because the wattage outputs of old phones were crazy and they would burn people's faces and give you cancer.
So do we make Spike the statue?
Either that or the head of the Twistaff.
That'd be the least work.
The Twistaff?
It depends, though, because it's not going to be looking at us. Oh, what is that going to be called? Is it just Twistaff?
I think it's just the Twistaff.
No. Because...
Just type in Twi. And scroll down. You've got to have it.
Thing is, that model came into existence.
It's a static model.
But it came into existence, I would say, within the same weekend. There it is. Twilight Scepter. Problem is that hair. Mm-hmm. You're not going to see the front of it. You're going to see the back of it. So it's going to look like this.
Okay.
It's not identifiable, but I could also, it could be argued that even if it's not identifiable, as long as it gets down there close enough, it looks kind of like the other idol.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be smiling to see that. I don't dislike it.
Okay, so there's only one thing about it that I'm gonna. Ooh, wait, maybe not.
You were thinking it was going to be super shiny.
I was thinking it was not going to be super shiny. It's still... We're going to do some modifications. That's
Speaking of derpy thing, you better post that on the derpy channel. The derpy channel demands derpies.
Yes, and you will get 1 thumbs up if it's derpy and 2 thumbs up if it has socks.
Yes.
What if it's juice boxes?
I will post 3 derpies. Because you've made enough icons for lots of derps.
Need to do another emoticon stream. That was actually the plan. If Nightly was getting in early enough, I was gonna do like an emoticon stream, but with him. But he's getting in too late. He's
gonna watch this later, and he's gonna find out that you said that, and he's gonna be like all sad.
Cheers on Nightly's number 2.
Like, think of all the new derpy emoticons we could have had Nightly. There would have been more derpy ones, right? Because you need more derpy ones. You don't have enough derpies.
What are you telling?
You tell him. It's not even going to happen now. because Knightley didn't hijack the plane.
Why is this under Freeman?
I don't know. Is Gordon in there? The one free man.
So Twilight Cane is pulling Twilight Cane diffuse. Okay. All right. So that's the.
It's horrifying. Cheshire
So this is the normal.
There's no bump.
Why do they include a normal map if it's a normal map of nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense. These textures like take up memory.
Very little.
Yeah, but still. All right. So Fong indicates kind of how sharp the lighting is right here. So this is the Fong.
Mm-hmm.
This is environment map. So this is the glow you're kind of seeing there. So I want to have this look more metallic.
This looks like an album cover all of a sudden. I said this looks like an album cover all of a sudden.
It's for
Like golden horses.
that's the name of the band.
Mm.
Okay, we're going to. Those values are already pretty high. I can't remember exactly what these do. So we're just gonna play with them and see. Okay, so that did a. That made it. So now it feels shiny, but it doesn't feel metallic. That I think is this one. No, that was this one. So we're gonna put this to 0.05, and we're gonna change this one to 10, and this value to 8. Got a bit there. 9. I'm gonna drop this to 20. Okay, that did make it a little harder on the edges lighting. What I can probably do then is that environment map. It's very muted. Just using general gold. That's general gold. Who is general gold? I don't know if I can. Oh, there is already a tint. Yeah, it's. Oh, no, it's not overriding. Let me just see. What happens if I do 10, 10?
7.
3. I don't know if you can override this beyond. You can. From that angle, the difficulty is metal doesn't really have that like shimmery type look unless you're or on rounded surfaces, at least in SFM. But in this shot, it's lit mostly from a. No, I don't want to upload. Mostly lit from the top. So we do a light coming down. That might be a little strong, but it definitely made the ears really nice. So we're gonna call this
Man,
Idle Light.
I had it red forever. I could use one right now. Red Bull would be nice. Are you already on the ground? Wow, that was fast. Supersonic new jets.
Sorry, I just heard a message. I'm gonna make sure it's. Oh no, that's the Droopy chat.
I saw what airline he's flying and he's dead.
Yes.
Niley's dead, y'all.
Well, there's in the Droopy chat. Ice.
Also, that some burpees.
There's no socks though.
No socks. Still 10 out of 10.
What's this one?
This is a derpy.
You posted this.
I posted this derpy.
That's not brother sister.
No, she's very happy. She just told him that like she's happy
pregnant.
being no. No.
I didn't say with who.
Nah, when I was in college, it was definitely the rock stars that I drank a lot of. Red Bull was expensive, so I drank the Rockstar energy drinks because they were like half the price, and you got more out of it. I've come to find out that Rockstar is not, or Red Bull doesn't even have nearly as much caffeine as a lot of the other ones do.
Thing is, I don't want energy drinks to be chock full of like caffeine. I'm having it in there, sure. Why is my camera moving with my light? Oh, that I know why. Okay, no, that's still not.
And apparently, I just need one of those Panera Bread lemonades.
Yeah, when things are weird, save and quit. No, I've never really did Rockstar. If I have any energy drinks, it tends to be I like Monster Sunrise because it's like orange juice. So
it's like if Tang was mixed with battery acid.
Yeah, but I like the flavor of it. Most of the other monsters I don't really like. Okay, let's see if this still does that.
Back in my day, we had sex.
So now I'm not driving the camera. Something was goofy with it. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna turn off volumetric or shadows. This is just gonna be like a side filler light, like kind of fill in the scene.
You know, one energy drink that went away that was everywhere when I was in college, at least, was NOS. Do you remember NOS?
I thought it still exists.
Does it still exist?
Yeah, I thought it does.
I haven't seen it on the shelf in a while.
It
does.
I think I've actually seen it at work.
It's really going to get you guys all hopped up.
They do have a bunch of. If you go to the fridge at work,
okay,
like the amount of sodas to pick from is average, but there's almost as many energy drinks, and that's kind of telling you like why that fridge is there.
Yes, I feel like NOS is. I'm surprised it's still around because when people talk energy drinks, they never bring up NOS. It's I never hear anybody go, you know what I like? NOS. Not once. Narf the energy drink. Oh, Mises.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably have to drop the brightness here, but okay, we need on top of this a. Did I accidentally? No, I didn't. Okay, good. I need some kind of vines because this needs to be covered in some kind of a vegetation or a moss.
You can use those noodles.
Osman. Okay, there we go.
Sticker on there. It's like she knows what she did.
We got some moss.
She let Eli get captured, and then she was a big part of a cliffhanger that we're never going to get a sequel to. So she just stick her on there. If Gordon Freeman didn't get the job, I would have gotten the job.
This big infection.
She's an interesting character in the Fallout series, but I can hate her because she did stupids. She did goods, but she did stupids too. She's not stupid.
Like these have moss on them, but they're just textures, which is going to be the difficulty. It's going to be difficult to find a 3D
just
moss.
Need like a flat texture with moss on it. That's all you need.
But no, because at that angle, that very harsh angle, you're going to see that it's flat.
Can't you just take the texture from some of these things and put it on the stone?
Oh.
It's gross.
That's not too bad.
Like grass if it was hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this loaded though because it's something. No, at that angle is bump maps are great, but the sharper the angle you get to, the worse off it is. And I really wish SFM, I think it's called tessellation.
Yeah.
Where you can have it's a bump map that when applied to a model will actually apply the 3D structure to that model based on the mapping of it. It's how you can have like cobblestone roads that aren't actually made of cobblestone. They're just a texture that's put over it. And then it just says like, here's your depth map and how far down to just make it live. It's kind of neat.
Can't you just copy the texture from one thing onto it that has moss? Like, you just do it like a texture override.
But it's the texture again is going to be flat, so it's going to look like a rock with a green texture. I want to actually have moss.
Okay.
But it's depending on whether or not I can find something. I have a lot of packs that have foliage, so like a lot of these are what I would look for. Like here is coming down off of an edge. Some of those I'm going to need too, but it doesn't help me here. What's that? Some of these textures though, like I don't like that they're invisible here, but it just SFM doesn't handle transparency well in the preview editor. That's why I do this, because I can at least see the outline and get an idea as to if it's something similar to what I want. What I could do, this might actually work.
You could try mold instead of moss.
I could try mold. No, that didn't work. How does nothing have the word mold? Like it just gave me a big old error. No, I'm gonna do grass.
I like that pony.
And if we do like these are nice looking grass, but this is way too even for moss. There is
just like get a green goo.
Take something like this. just covered in moss. Moss, man. I gotta put the good moss in. We're just gonna shrink this down like a lot. Tiny layer.
Still something. Greenery in there.
No, you do something like this. At that size, it's gonna kind of look like moss.
Yeah. What you should do.
No, it's I've gotten to learn that when you've definitely been going into your bullshit mode.
No, I want to add just a bit of color, some plants.
You want tree hugger?
No.
Okay, you don't like marriage?
No, I like marriage. You can add tree hugger if you want, but this is a plant. You just open up your models, type in CARROT, and then load that in.
Or STFU.
Rude.
Thank you.
We're just gonna go hungry, guys. Finally gonna sit down, I'm gonna make a video, and it's just gonna be like, this man lets horses go hungry. It's gonna be like those sad videos. I'm gonna have In the Arms of the Angel playing or whatever in the background. It's gonna have a sad horse, no carrots, and then just a picture of you.
Why a picture of me?
Because you're the one not feeding the horses carrots. You're the reason the horses have
No,
hair.
they know what they did.
Won't you ever forgive those horsey war crimes?
Horsey war crimes?
Yes. Horse crimes? Well, not this crime.
Horse crimes. They're
Crimes.
my favorite kind of crime.
Airplane quotes? No, that's not a voice. What the heck's an airplane quote?
That's up to you to figure out.
Oh, the movie Airplane.
You have to know some of those.
I know. Don't call me Shirley.
Okay.
Haven't seen Airplane in so long. So long. I'm talking about before high school. Probably the last time I sat down and watched Airplane. There's a scene where they just slap a bunch of people. Should I slap him?
I got one.
Slap.
Come in, slack, Jack.
Give me some flapjack.
Remember there was the
O.J. Simpson?
like I no, it was the
I'm pretty sure.
the nun that walks over and she's like, "It's okay, I speak jive." And then he's like, and he just started talking. She's like, "Cut me some slack, Jack."
See, he's got me covered. What's the deal with airplane peanuts? Is that on
I
there?
don't think that one's on there. No.
Nolan, what you have done has made me realize I need to watch Airplane again.
It's on the server. That one I got from my
A lot
father.
of stuff on the server.
My father actually gave me that one because he's a huge fan of that movie. The first one. The second one was not as good,
Yeah,
but it's not the same people that made it, so that makes sense.
yeah. Is Leslie Nielsen on it at least?
I don't think so. It was
It's not really.
the brothers that made the first movie when they were going to do the second, and they said, "Well, you got to do all these things now." They said no, left, and started Naked Gun,
Yeah, which is amazing.
which is what Leslie Nielsen went to go do.
Yeah, definitely followed him.
Well, yeah, they definitely followed Leslie Nielsen because he is the
He was the soul.
no, he's the king of like straight faced comedy like that. Like nobody does it better than Leslie Nielsen.
It's like that's what it was. It's like, can you fly this plane and land it? Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Classic. Let's see more funny ones. Nervous? Yes. First time? No, I've been nervous lots of times. That's a good one.
No, they were just that comedy. My favorite story from that movie was that when they made the movie, they based it on 0 Hour, and so they wanted to copy the movie shot for shot and then just add the comedy bits. So it's exactly, if you watch them next to each other, it's basically the same movie. But in the first movie, it was a propeller plane, and then the guys, when they said they were going to make it, they're like, "We're going to use a propeller plane." But the execs are like, "No, you need to use a jet plane. That's relevant today." And they fought on it, and they said no, and they lost. They're like, "You have to use a jet." So they did. But every time it shows an internal shot of the plane, they use a propeller noise. But it was never caught by the execs. And so if you actually watch it, it shows a jet plane, but the inside saw propeller noise, and I love that as like a little FU.
Yeah. Like it's like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. That's a fun one. I like the short ones. Apparently he says I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. So apparently he quit everything that week. These are pretty long.
Well, the quotes are the best because when you do straight-faced comedy, there isn't really much physical. I mean, there was some physical comedy, like his co-pilot just being like a sex doll. But yeah, when you have a movie like that, the quotes are the movie. All right, man, let's grab some pictures. Proceeds to grab every picture off the wall. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I don't get this one. There's some context missing. It says, have you ever been in a cockpit before? No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before. Have you ever seen a grown man naked? Like, there's some context missing from that quote.
No, that's fine.
It's perfect.
Ooh, that's really good.
Cheyenne, they bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash. This is just me when somebody asks me what kind of car were they driving. It's like, what type of plane is it? And it's like, oh, it's a big white plane with red stripes, curtains and windows and wheels, and it looks like a big Tylenol.
Like a big Tylenol?
Yes. It's like, what kind of car was it? It was a white one. It had wheels on it. I don't know anything about cars. Not a car guy, turns out. I guessed.
Yeah, by looking at you, I would have thought.
Yeah. I mean, I drive one every day, and yet I couldn't care. What you want that? Want that trying? He quit drinking, he quit sniffing glue, he quit amphetamine.
Did they ever make an Airplane 3, or did they just do 2 and then it like bombed bad because nobody cared anymore?
Did they do a 3?
Yeah.
We can check.
'Cause I know they did a 2. Well,
Yeah.
A 2 was created. I hate saying they created a 2.
Yes, there actually was a third one. You know what it was called? Oh, wait. Maybe there wasn't. Thought there was. Because the Airplane 2 was apparently called Airplane 2, the sequel. And I thought maybe that was 3. Like they did Airplane 2 and then Airplane 2, the sequel. That would have been funny. But no, I think they just did 2.
Yeah, because I don't think the execs tried to just make a comedy movie and missed out on what made the original funny.
Yeah, which was Leslie Nielsen.
No, Leslie Nielsen was a gem, but it was because in the first movie they hired serious actors to do comedy, and in the second one they started hiring comedians. So it
didn't work.
But they wanted, because Leslie Nielsen before the Airplane was a serious actor.
Yeah.
So, because it's like him and who's the guy that did the Back to the Future again?
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, those two have been. I think they spent the majority of their years in their 60s.
Yes.
But like, I think when they hit 20, they just became 60, and then they spent 40 years there.
Yeah, absolutely. Christopher Lloyd's been old forever. The last movie I saw him in, he was all like hunched over, but he was still kicking butt. That was that one where he was like the retired FBI agent that we watched.
Oh yeah,
And he's like walking around all hunched over with a shotgun. He's like, "Come here, I'm gonna get you." I was like, here comes Christopher Lloyd or whatever.
What was the other one we watched with? And that was Nobody.
Yeah.
What was the one we watched that it was? Leslie Nielsen. It was still like a 90s movie, but it wasn't Naked Gun.
He was in The Mandalorian? Crap, man. This won't stop.
Wait, he was in Mandalorian? Oh, was he in the more recent ones? Because I haven't seen the most recent season.
I particularly like. I feel like it's something we have to watch this October because a lot of people haven't seen it, and it's Over the Garden Wall. And I know it's like 10 years old now, but I still love that miniseries. It's like 10 episodes, so yeah, it's like 3.5 hours long, but it's still worth watching. And Christopher Lloyd's in it, so that's why I'm thinking about it.
For a movie phone, he was asked why a third airplane movie never happened. Into the sequel, of course, took place without direct involvement with the original disaster. Yep. The third movie in the series should have been possible, but it seems, hey, put his foot down. Well, it just seemed like, I don't think the second one was that good, though.
Nobody talks about the second one, so I have to assume.
Yeah. Because again, just everything that brought the magic of the first movie in just wasn't there in the second.
Quit smoking too, so that's 4 things he quit that week. I keep going through and I see something else he said he quit.
No, I like when, I mean, it's better nowadays because like they can pull the data and stuff, but I always loved when execs like knew what the people wanted to see, and when something succeeded because somebody had creative direction, they'd be like, well, let's do this then, we'll change it up. Well, no, I think that's not what people are looking for. No, change it. Okay, then it fails, and then they just fire people over it, and because execs are never wrong. When I was working in, I don't like that. When I worked in trucking, the execs kept making different decisions, but when they lost out on it, it was the employees that had to suffer by them cutting hours and cutting pay and stuff. So they would take these big risky decisions. Their pay wouldn't go down. Everybody else would, so that I could pay off the mistake. Mm-hmm. When I worked at the one place I was at, I had my hours cut. I think, that'll work. How many different times? I think 3.
Yeah, that was
I was a full-time job.
Your paycheck.
It was a full-time job, but now I had to work an hour less a day. Same amount of work, hour less a day. Well, how do you do that? Figure it out. That was the only thing we were told. So I ended up working 8 hours, but only being paid for 7.
Yeah.
Happened 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was because they decided to, we're going to focus on this. And by doing so, it was either they want to do speed or quality. Problem is, when they did quality, then things took so damn long that you started losing business. So they said, oh, we're losing a ton of money. We need to focus around. Now we need to focus on speed. But then quality would go to absolute crap and everything. And it would always be every time they swapped, they would have to cut hours to make back the money they lost.
I've certainly gotten to an age where I cannot exist in a grind factory anymore. And when places are pushing you that hard, that's just a grind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not that able to do that anymore. Thankfully,
nobody should ever have to.
The place I work now can have a bit of a grind culture, but I am nowhere near those groups. They do programs and stuff, and that makes sense when they're getting close to completion. That things get, that looks like shit. Those look so flat. Okay, never mind. But thankfully, I don't do any of that. And fun fact: Christopher Lloyd is one of the few actors that has been both Star Wars and Star Trek.
I like this. When the plane's coming in, it says to the air controller, "Captain, maybe we ought to turn on the searchlights now." No, that's just what they expect us to do. It's like we have to let them get in the land.
Ooh. That's almost too mossy, and I have a feeling that if it actually was there, it would not great. Like this is all this stuff popping up.
Yeah, it's all flat. That's not very flat.
No, that grass would pop up and be in the way. It's not bad though. Depends on how light would hit it. Light hits it okay, then maybe. By light hitting it okay, I mean, is there a bump map?
Like this.
Oh, never mind. It has the one issue to deal with. And it doesn't look like it has the bump. Well, maybe. It's not interacting correctly. All right, whatever. I'll deal with some of that later.
Yeah, but I guess now he was, because I know he was in one of the original Star Trek films. Now he's been in Mandalorian, so he's been in both Star Wars and Star Trek. Good for Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, Michael. Is there something about this picture that you might like?
The bag of oats he's clearly holding that needs to be labeled. That he's biting his tongue.
Blep.
He's blepping. No, I don't want to see yet.
You don't want to have horse with tongue out?
Oh, she can blep. Yes.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Good. I didn't give a crap about freaking.
I wasn't going to do. What was
Harrison Ford blepping?
I wasn't. But no, I was. Wow. Are you on drugs? Like,
well, you're pointing at Harrison Ford.
I was saying, hey, look what he's doing. As just meaning, I've been translating.
Make the horse blep already.
No, you apparently have this like thing against bleps.
No, you just gotta make the horse blep.
They're blep.
Let's go. Tongue.
Was there words in there?
He's cute. just leave it like that, like blep.
No.
Just go lick that statue. See how it is. It tastes like a.
Really, it does not look like I can curl it more than that. Yeah. So okay.
What's John Delancey and he's the only actor who's been in 2 franchises. Oh yeah, My Little Pony and Star Trek. So he said as much. He's like, it's crazy to be in a show in a show that I think he said that was lightning in a bottle. And he's like,
with Pony,
he said that about Pony, and he said that about Star Trek. He said it was crazy to be in it to do it twice. He said that Pony was lightning in a bottle, and he said Star Trek was lightning in a bottle, or Next Gen specifically.
Well, not only did he do Next Gen, but he got to play a god essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So both. That's fun for him. Oh yeah, I guess it did in both.
Really, Discord is essentially Q. I think that came up in discussion when they were casting the character.
I should do tongue afterwards.
And the villain in Stargate. Well, there you go. I don't know that Stargate was lightning in a bottle, though. It was certainly popular. But it didn't create, like... There wasn't the kind of... I mean, Pony is certainly simmered down now. But in its heyday... It was kind of a cultural force that you either loved or hated, but you were certainly affected by it. If you were on the internet at all. You ever have a dog where it's got its tongue out and then you grab its tongue? And then it just looks at you like, oh no. My mom did that a lot. With the dog. The look on the dog's face.
Your mom could be an asshole.
The dog's look was, I always had a look on its face like, oh. I am trying.
You found my off switch.
I need to make a video with ponies just like eating ice cream. And like being happy and stuff.
Okay, she's happy.
Happy. Oh, is she going with that super expensive?
I do wish that I had the other models, because in the other ones I can better adjust the whole mouth. But here I can only do the jaw and the lips.
At least these models
technically
have lips.
If I do like this and this, you can kind of, oh, that's local rotation. You can kind of move it, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah, a little broken. It's super gun 3. It's like, We ready for war. She's a war face. A cute snoot. Ultra think. Yeah, just
Okay, so she's gonna be like, she's gonna be moved. She has to be moved up a bit, and that might be kind of tough.
Yeah, Star Trek still has conventions, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say Star Trek 2 really is not in its heyday.
Star Trek 2?
I would say Star Trek as well is not in its heyday as far as like
anymore?
Fandom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, Star Trek hasn't. This is a controversial statement, but I don't think Star Trek has been all that good since Enterprise, and even Enterprise was kind of meh.
Yeah, Voyager was the last good one.
Yeah.
I remember watching Voyager when it came on during the week with my mom. Like my parents, they would just watch Voyager.
Voyager was good. Next Gen was amazing. A lot of people like Deep Space Nine. I'm not one of them. I could never get into Deep Space Nine. It felt like because I like the whole exploring aspect. And they didn't explore in Deep Space Nine. Things came to them. And then it was all like politics. That's what Deep Space Nine was. It was politics. Space politics. Which, if you're like a super hardcore Star Trek nerd, I could see.
Oh yeah, that's if all you did all the time was see this, do the exploration thing and see the same races and everything. I think that would be kind of boring. I like that they mix it up.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine to me Deep Space Nine felt to me like getting really deep into the lore, which is a guy who enjoys his lore. Great, but I guess it's
You like lore.
I do like lore.
Maybe not lore for that specifically.
Yeah, the lore of Star Trek never really interested me all that much.
Yeah, it always felt really weird because there's that I brought up before, the whole thing of like people can take one non-truth as a truth in a thing, but but they can't take a second before it starts becoming unreal. I feel like in Star Trek they do a lot of unreal things that starts building up to the point of it just has a weird disconnect. Like things start feeling like Deus Ex Machina technology of, well, why can they do that? Because future.
I mean, for me, Star Trek was, as far as all you really need to know is who doesn't like who. And as long as you got that down, everything else is just whatever.
Everybody loves the Borg.
The Borg is.
She got her lunch.
Yum.
She goes to put that on the thing.
Yeah, get her lunch. Yes, that would work. Starting a bag and everything.
Just trying to find like a bag or a sack or something, but I'm not seeing. That's a trash bag.
Body bags. Something. Oh, I thought I saw something. That would probably work. The punching bag, if it bends at the right places.
No, I bet you it has no bend. Yeah, you look at those, it doesn't.
Okay. The baguette.
Yes.
Just. Oh, perfect.
It's flat at the bottom though.
Yeah. You type in sack, yeah. Potatoes. Find a sack that says oats on it, please. Diamond brand what?
Flour.
Darn it. Corpse grade. Quick line.
Just add body.
Just
Minimum residue.
Flowery scent.
Hose down. Flowery scent.
Need to hide a body? That's what that's for.
Do not include tarpaulin, gloves, or shovel. Warning. I'm not going to read that. What's a team lift?
Mm-hmm. Silly. Wait, there's not even oats. When did you find the oat one?
That's what I wanted. I want to see if they like a bag of holding or something.
Hey, Eustace. Mm. Decent says it's very lore heavy. Yeah, like if you care about the lore of Star Trek, and in a lot of cases I do care about the lore of things. I love like the lore of Adventure Time. I love the lore of Bounty. But for Star Trek, I just could never get into the lore. It's just
too weird.
Interesting.
It feels so scattered. Nothing connects at all. I mean, there is in the background if you dig into it, but the shows never really cover the interconnection.
I feel like that's what Deep Space Nine was the show that dug into the lore. But to me, it just was not that interesting. I just wanted to see them go to aliens and fight them. I was watching that show growing up. Like, get those aliens. What's that? Is that oats? Looks like corn seed.
Grain. It says grain goodness. I don't know. Does it look like oats?
Looks like wheat seeds.
Well, I'm not. What's a mask?
Any of those would work.
I think this is about the best I'm going to do. None of them.
Like burlap sack pillows.
But the problem is so she has to hold it, and there's no way I can have her hold that looks like she's holding it, because it's not bent, it's it's flat, which means that unless she's holding it perfectly at the center, which is kind of weird, it's just not gonna be weird. There you go, gift basket.
So you could just do the lunch.
Spread. Burger Castle.
Are those burgers even?
Num nums. It's got to be something. I'm at the bottom. I thought that was an Oreo. Because I swear I've seen like a bag of something, but I could just be like hallucinating as well.
I mean, there's lots of bags.
Just, I would rather have it be as.
You could try typing in burlap.
I did.
Okay. Oh.
Super low texture. It's a low texture, but it's in user mod. So what I could do is just override this with the texture of a burlap sack.
Yeah.
I think that would work. Is there a burlap sack that is in user mod? There is not.
It's the grain sack. It's burlap.
I'm pretty sure there is a texture somewhere for one because I remember getting one. I'll just put this for now. I can make it work.
I'm looking at that bag and I'm looking at the size of it, and I know that gold statue has to weigh a ton. He measured that very poorly.
Didn't he try to do the math or something?
He tried to like guess it, and he was like looking at it. He tossed out a little bit of the sand from the bag. That you would need a bag roughly twice as big to weigh the same, even close. And that bag was roughly the same size.
I would think that when he dropped that statue, he would immediately known if he effed up or not.
Yeah, I mean the gold is heavy, man. Like the heaviest metal. Pretty sure.
I don't think it's the heavy. It depends.
It's heavier than tungsten, and tungsten I think is the second.
I don't think gold is the heaviest metal though. Well,
I thought gold was heavier than tungsten.
No, I think well, there's heavy, and then there's density, and there's 100 different ways to get a number on that.
It's very dense.
Yeah, well, tungsten is densest, or is the easiest to.
It's osmium.
Yeah, apparently. Tungsten is the.
I thought it was tungsten then gold. No, not by much.
I believe tungsten is the densest that is easy to get, because like most armor piercing rounds now they're switched because there's the negativity around using depleted uranium. They're using a modified version of tungsten that is super dense.
Tungsten's expensive. It's easy to get, but it's expensive.
But it's about availability, and I don't think osmium is good. Plus, you can have something that's dense, but it might be brittle. and breakable, and you want something that's dense and hard.
Yeah, osmium sounds right for the densest, but you're not going to find osmium much anywhere.
Yeah, he eats bats, right? The musician.
No, yes, osmium born.
Osmium born.
Yeah, osmium born. Either way, gold is heavy, and he's clearly measuring that poorly. My horse is cute.
Michael, list a mare that's not cute.
Like, Flurry Heart.
Flurry Heart isn't cute?
No. An abomination.
Well, because she's a child and all children are abominations. But like if she was like 15.
I don't know what that looks like, and I don't want to.
You could look it up, but I'm also afraid of what I'm going to find, so I'm not going to. Like if I just search general Flurry Heart, I mean, it should be fine.
You should. The internet's a strange and terrifying place. I guess that's like.
What are you saying? That's not adorable?
Oh, that's kind of cute, but
what's that one?
Nah, that one was cuter.
Look at this one. What's your putty?
No. That one is death. Look at the size of his wings.
What's this one?
His wings so big.
What's this one?
That one just needs a haircut.
What is this one?
She got old.
What's this one?
Just cadence. They're just recolored.
So, okay, so you're saying that this is. I mean, look at this one. Dear mommy, daddy, please divorce until I'm 18. Please no divorce. Okay.
Oh.
Until she's 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know why you got like this bias against.
No, okay, you know what? Fine. The baby version is an abomination.
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody can agree on that. Hey, look at.
Yeah, they wish. That's clearly just a very slapped together pip.
I'm just gonna check any updates on.
Wool Nelly is amazing.
On this flight. Okay, so got like an hour.
Flurry fart. Diaper killer. Yes. Oh. Yeah, you have a stupid face.
Yes, that's what I was checking the flight. I was gonna move this a little bit out. Because I'm a little concerned with getting her arm up here, and this should be next to this, but I have to make sure that I can see her face and everything. She's not even looking at that like idol.
Kinda.
Damn it. I got it. I'm just gonna melt it down because it shouldn't exist.
She's gonna sell for so many oats.
Oh, and let me just move her other hoof here.
I think that John Delancey, when he was comparing Star Trek against Pony, he felt like the conventions for Star Trek were very much about science and like sci-fi, and he admitted that's not really his thing. Whereas Pony was about music and art, and he said that's very much is his thing. So he got very much more into the Pony thing than he did the Star Trek thing, at least for a while.
Kinda.
He doesn't come around as much as he used to.
Well, yeah, but I've seen Delancey a few times at the conventions.
I think he got a little bitter after his documentary didn't do too well. which I can understand.
When you're but that's like any brony has that issue of like, I'm going to be big in this fandom, but it's still compared to any other popular YouTuber or person out there, it's still a small fandom in terms of the larger YouTube audience.
Well, I think what kind of like soured him is that people were coming to him telling him that they loved his documentary, but it didn't sell a lot.
Yeah, because the conventions, you have when you go to a place that
I think
basically has your entire audience for that. Yeah, they're all going to have it, but that's still very, very small.
I think he blaming pirating.
Well, there probably was that because
I watched it on Netflix.
Bronies either have no money or too much money.
Yes,
and more, but the amount that don't have much, I mean, they'll definitely blow money on a lot of things they shouldn't. But
like what? Because ponies are a necessity.
No, I'm not talking about pony, but they tend to be not as good with the money.
Pony, no. You watch it. When they eat those intestines.
Okay.
I think he's wondering where Flurry Heart went. Rainbow Dash. They want Rainbow.
Okay. Yeah, man, I did. Oh, Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash.
Sad Rainbow Dash. Let's say Rainbow Dash. Did she have a carrot?
Rainbow Dash, so she's cool. She is cool. Look at this. You see how cool she is?
That carrot up nose.
She's like, she's so cool. Because we can even ask her, like, so Rainbow Dash, are you a pretty cool horse? And it's like, why? Because you can zoom, and she goes zoom.
This is peak.
You look, there's even like multiples of her.
Yeah, she's mastered that after image technique.
Yeah, she's got her. It's her. Oh, what's this? What's the anime?
Dragon Balls.
No. The one that can make multiple of himself.
Oh, Naruto.
Naruto, yes. Shadow Clone Jutsu. I watch Naruto. I remember reading a thing though that apparently they ran into an issue in writing the show because it was they gave him a power that was kind of way too OP, and then they didn't know how to really make his power grow because it was all like he was already too strong right from the beginning, and so they had to find other ways to give him character development and challenges.
Yeah, I mean the Fox power was pretty powerful, and then he had the Sage power. Because
they're like, well, you basically made it so that you can like double, triple, quadruple your power like that, and like, so it was, and also they were making it difficult because anytime they were going to draw, now suddenly they had to draw lots of him, because as the power escalated, they couldn't just draw the same amount. They had to do more and more and more, and they're just like,
and they were probably all hand drawing it.
Yeah, so it was just like we kind of drew ourselves into a very expensive situation,
literally.
But what are we gonna do with Rainbow Dash? That doesn't involve a carrot.
Why don't you want any of these horses to be healthy?
Tap dance?
Let me go over. See, could have just hit a carrot, but now you got to tap dance. That's a lot of work. No, it's just like no. Yes. This is like a just gyrating. She looks like a car engine. It's like pistons in an engine. It's like my car runs on rainbows. Rainbow car dash. I've been sitting here painfully sober. Where is?
This plane's set to land at like 9:30. Okay, Susie. I should tap dancing. Let's make her happy.
Yes. Just so happy. Thank you, Sir Edward.
I'm starting to actually feel like feelings.
It's too late in the evening to be feeling feelings. All those feelings is gassy. It's a feeling, right? Like every time I see you, feel gassy. Look into my eyes and you will see that you make me terribly gassy.
There we go. There we go. All right, so this is a girl.
No, it's too much power. Ooh, watching how hard candy is made.
It's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, but
okay, here. Pause that. Okay, though that gets into weirdness. I wanna just
get
speaking of weirdness,
Steve Buscemi tap dancing.
Oh, here we go.
ASMR tap dancing. Please use headphones, no talking. Well, this video is very demanding.
What, you know, what is the what's the name of the river dance? That's it.
Yeah, river dancing. That's what this feels like more, anyways.
There we go. Let's share. This is popular. There you go. Oh, you know what? You guys probably can't hear it. I have to reset this.
No, he's fixing it.
There you go.
I'm jamming. This is definitely the better version. So very theatrical.
Argoda, oh boy.
Thank you, Nolan. That's definitely gonna get muted. More. No, it's gonna get muted. Oh, we're gonna do more rainbow dashes.
What? Yes, okay. It's a lot of rainbow dashes. Which one's the best? I feel like they would kill themselves trying to find out. It's like, yes, we are all Rainbow Dash, but which one of us is the best Rainbow Dash? And then they all died. From sheer exhaustion trying to keep up with one another. I think they had an episode in Pony Life where Rainbow Dash was like, I'm the best at everything. And then a pony came along and was like, yes, but are you the best at doing nothing? And she's like,
is that where she ate all the food?
Yeah, that's the one where she like sat on a couch and ate potato chips.
Yeah, that's good. The fat Rainbow Dash spirit animal. Go. That animation is literally just jittering motion. Like you could make it yourself in about 2 minutes.
Big Mac with a shaved chest. That is weird. That is a weirdly specific request. I need to finish watching Pony Life, if only to get a little bit more pony. Because that's all I got left. Is what's left of Pony Life.
Oh, Michael. Look, Michael. Look at there's so many hooves.
Someone else.
You know what this is called? It's called Stampede.
No. It'd be a heck of a stampede, though.
Well, it depends. And then what if they like? No.
I'd be that weird guy when they say there's a pony stampede coming. I'd walk outside.
Michael.
No, they're broke. Help them. Their little hooves are in the air. If they fall in, they can't get up. Sarah, I assume it would take longer than 2 minutes. No.
Look at them go. Well, that overrode their
dancing, yeah. It would be dancing.
Unbroke their brokenness. They're not dancing anymore. There you go. They're dancing. So all I did for this, for making it work, I'm gonna get rid of all but the original 4 because of the data storage. It's really easy. So it was just I loaded a rainbow. There we go. There she is. I'm gonna put her on the ground. And all I did for it was I grabbed her, or basically the top bone and all the different legs, so both thighs and both shoulders, and then I puppeteered it. So by puppeteering, it means while the timeline is moving, you're making an action on a bone that is translated to the timeline. So in this case, I first right-clicked this and said global, so that I made sure it went to always up. And then I basically grab that. So now I'm grabbing that bone, hit play while I'm holding it, and then just do this. And you can see in the bottom there, it's translating to an actual animation. Not to be random about it. You just do this, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to 10 seconds. Okay. That's really the hardest part of it. Now the rest of it is just mistiming each, because I don't want to have them all just doing this like bounce thing up and down. I want to have them differently timed from each other. So now I'm going to just select the right shoulder, and when you hold Alt and drag, you can actually move time. So I'm going to just hold Alt and move it just a couple frames to the left, go to the right one, or the next one, go a little bit to the right. I'll just leave one where it was because it's fine. And then another one will just move a little bit more than the others. That's it. And now, voila, it's done. To make them kind of like wiggle around, it was the same thing. I'm just going to select the pelvis. Go back to the beginning here. Just grab it as a whole. Let's see, like right here. Hit play and then just wiggle it around. And there you have done. It's pretty easy. There are other options I could do for something like that. You could do like a walk animation and then just kind of limit its motion of the thigh so that the legs themselves just kind of moved in place instead of because the thigh is the one that's going to be moving forward and backwards the most, or the thigh or the shoulder. So if you limited that to be more in place, it would kind of just do an up and down motion if you wanted to have more animation to it. Nothing fancy, so I got distracted a little bit.
I think after this, we're just go to bed and pick up Nightly tomorrow. Tired.
I mean, I can go get it. There's no requirement for you to come. I wasn't even anticipating you to come.
I would feel, I don't have to go, but I would feel bad if I didn't and you did, because then I would look like the bad friend. So we both have to stay here.
We either both have to go or both have to stay.
No, we should both stay. We can pick him up tomorrow. I'm sure he'll be fine. He can sleep at the airport. saying this completely in anticipation that we'll see it later.
We can't pick him up
Like-
tomorrow. We don't have the time.
We don't.
Yeah, because we have to meet here at like 9 something in the morning to go to the Ren
I
Fair.
guess he's just gonna spend the weekend at the airport then.
You came for the Ren Fair. Sorry, we are too busy going to the Ren Fair.
Yes. Can't be bothered. We would swing by and all, but you probably stink. You've been in an airport all night.
Here we are. Have you seen Amisis Blue yet?
I don't know what that is.
No clue.
I hope that statue's got chocolate in it. I think it's one of those full wrapped chocolate statues.
Only SFM movie that recently released. While I do SFM, I really don't actually follow many people that do SFM. I don't really watch animation on YouTube much.
You know, I remember when SFM first came out, and this is one of those weird memories that have just burned itself into my brain, is that there was this studio making a big deal that they were going to do a full-length animated feature in Source Filmmaker, like that would show up in theaters and everything, called Ash. That was the name of the project. It was just called Ash. I don't think it got very far. And what information I can find about it now is like incredibly sparse. It's one of those things that almost completely has fallen off the face of the earth. I think it was a huge ambition, and then when they realized some of the limitations of the engine, or maybe it was just
It's
far more than they could actually take on.
I think that SFM has limitations that if you put the time into it, you could easily get around, but other software is better built to get around those limitations. SFM is about speed.
Yeah.
It's about if you want to make something without having to go through a crap load of the roundabouts you'd have to in software, that would definitely give you a better result, but that's kind of the point. So can I even see the floor with where I'm going to be here? I want to open voice meter. I want to open this. Yes, I can. Okay. That actually looked more like dirt, so we'll just do dirt.
It's a beautiful film. Watching a full-length film that was done completely in SFM is mildly intriguing.
Yeah, I did it as a remembrance.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to finish the rest of Fallout, but
I'm guessing you posted something
that.
there.
It's a lot of rainbows. Just a bunch of horses.
She's looking at you.
Is
She's
just like what you say about my child.
Yeah, you better watch out. She's gonna beat you up.
Yep. That's a table.
No, the lighting wouldn't work for that. There's a map I could pull. The Ponyville map has a nice floor that has dirt roads that have grass in the outer edges, which would actually work really well for this. But
Some undies underwear.
Pants.
Good pair of pants. It's got like
Sock.
oh,
Socks, Michael.
give them to Daring
I don't think the horse can fit in them.
Just put them on her nose.
Is that the same?
It's cute. It's not the same.
There's these for the dirt, but that's not what I'm looking for. That's like pulp.
That's like board.
No, ground. That's what I'm looking for. Problem is, it gives me like a crap load of fairgrounds models. Ooh.
It's just flat dirt.
That actually should work. It's not tiled, which is not my favorite, but I don't need full ground. All I need is ground I just need to figure out where her feet are, which is around here, and then go back to wherever it is. I can go a little bit up on size, but if I go too much, it's going to look weird. So we'll do it there. That I needed that so that I know where to put this wall. Okay, so in this, well, the wall was not that far away, so we can probably go to something like that. Okay. Copy east.
How many times do you think it took to like set that trap? That Indiana Jones, like, was there like 5 guys it took till they got it right?
We had that whole conversation while you were at the bathroom.
Yeah. This dude's getting crushed by the rock.
Well, no, I was talking about like having to run for the exit, and like who would put the amount of resources that are needed just to take something that was valuable, put all these resources into just making sure that nobody could touch it, because that is being malicious. You're putting it there in such a way for people to want to go to get it.
Well, I mean,
because there's nothing here that would allow that person to go and reclaim it themselves.
If it's a religious artifact, I could.
But if it's religious, then they would have it somewhere that's available for worship.
Not necessarily.
No, because in here, the safest place to put it would be in a very deep hole that is just covered in dirt and then hidden.
It's a temple.
Yeah, but which means then it's for worship.
Yes.
Right? But then nobody can go to worship it.
No, it's too valuable to let the peasantry look at it.
No, that's why you just shove it in a giant hole. Make it a holy hole.
Holy hole.
Holy hole.
The peasantry can't look at it. They can know it's there, and they know to worship it. They can't look at it. That's only for like the high priests and the kings. Like if like the Catholic Church had the Holy Grail, they wouldn't just put that thing out for any like lowly self person to look at.
No, instead they would put it behind a bunch of walls, tell you it's back there, and then say worship that wall.
That's right. And they would probably put an old man behind that wall and let him watch it, and only him with a bunch of other cups. And if you drink from the wrong one, you too become an old. That's how that works.
I feel like you're bringing up a true story.
Making an Indiana Jones reference.
No, I thought, like, is this something you went through?
Yes. I'm already 12.
There's a comic I saw that it was somebody bathed in the Fountain of Youth, but they didn't. They only went to like waist deep, so their bottom was a little baby and their top was big and old.
That is amazing. I think some of the newer ones are doing mirror mains, yeah, because it's a super easy thing to include.
I like the sizing on some of these models that existed before scaling was added to SFM. They had like smaller, small, normal, big, bigger, biggest, WTF. I like that WTF is a size.
Absolutely.
So the door it showed in the background is kind of like a circle thingy, so why not? But that what it was, I think the Aztec was what I did to find those previous bricks. Oh, those are the same brick. Oh, that's actually handy. Sadly, these models are not straight, so I'm gonna have to. You know what? It's not a straight wall then. Whatever. Thankfully, we're not looking into other rooms because otherwise this would be really tough. Those are too big.
It does seem to be coming together nicely.
It's making things or this type of thing, making it semi clean is fine. It's trying to make it look dirty then that's gonna like a little bit, or like covered in moss and stuff. Because making things look like a mess, I'm good at that. But making things look covered in like plant life and stuff, that's tougher.
I like the idea that this temple still had a janitor who comes up and straightens up a bit here and there. And you just see Cindy over there with the statue, like, hey, get away from that. You're not supposed to be in here.
Scruffy retires.
It's just Scruffy, of course. It's just Scruffy.
It's like Scruffy.
Like, hey, he said if it's Scruffy, he's over there. He's like, hey, you shouldn't be in here. And then he just cracks a beer and just continues watching. Doesn't try to chase him off. He's the janitor, not the security in his job.
Turn the trap into a giant rock.
Rock starts coming. Marmalade. It's squeezed. He's fine because he's Scruffy.
Why are you having Scruffy get squished?
He gets squished, but he's fine. Because he's got like Scruffy powers, which is just like...
What is Scruffy powers?
It's the ability to take hard hits and to get back up and then take the weekend, because take an early weekend because and collect workers' comp. Quote, small horses that look tasty to do they do. Tasty they do.
Apparently you were doing Yoda.
I think I was doing Yoda. Yes. It sounds like I was doing Yoda. Yes, tasty horses. Don't eat horses.
So this is one that be a little tougher. So I have to probably go straight across over here.
Why does your face change when you move that?
This is the enhanced model. So if I ever leave this shot for a sec, it's going to have her face like update for a sec. The enhanced had the flexes set up a little differently that they didn't quite work right. And so it has some problems.
Okay, goodbye, sunset.
So bye-bye, sunsets.
Enjoy your lay down.
So I guess I'm off to bed. Yeah, I'm gonna be only gonna be going a little bit longer anyway.
Why?
Because I got to pick Nightly up.
Who?
See, this my Michael is evil.
I just wanted to look back at this video and just be like that asshole over and over again. Because it's fun for me.
So I'm gonna leave it for this shot, but the camera more than likely is going to travel a bit. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I'm gonna have it go like completely behind.
Your tongue should be out more.
No, because she needs to think, not blep.
Well, that's thinking. Blepping is part of thinking. I can't even tell that her tongue's out. It just looks like her lip. She needs to lick the statue.
No, because she did. She get her tongue stuck.
She needs to eat those oats that she's holding.
Oh, it's a bag of methamphetamines.
She needs to eat the meth. You become super happy, fun horse.
Michael, did you just say the horse should eat the meth?
Yeah, the meth. Blep the meth.
Blep meth?
Is you the bleps.
Oh, no.
You don't want the horse to get the bleps?
No, the bleps do not sound good.
Fine. It's a happy horse time. I'm sorry, doctor, but she's got the bleps.
How was noon?
I knew we were running around.
This is what you get for being with them stallions.
Yes, sitting there, sitting straight up with a blep face.
Yeah, but you'd be like, yes, but you know, keep doing it.
Yes, keep blepping.
So many blep.
It's still one of my favorite pieces of art that any artist has ever done. It just looks like a newsreel going by, and there's a guard pony who's got permanent blep face, and he's like serial booper on the loose. It's like strikes again, and she's just like sitting there with boots, just stuck in blep. It's so cute. I love that picture so much.
But she got hurt.
No, she's fine. She just got booped.
Did she?
She's fine, and
I love how you're saying, no, booping is fine. Like, what if you figured out that if the horses got booped, they would die 36 hours later?
not.
What?
Then I spend my time looking for a cure. And then I find the cure, and I give them the cure, and then I boop them. That would be my life's ambition.
You gave them a cure to a disease that didn't affect them until you got there so that you can do the thing.
Yes.
Like, you go there and you figure out that your presence there gives them, like, some deadly disease. And you're like, I shall cure them of that disease so that I can continue to exist.
Yes.
No, you could have just left and gone home.
I think my favorite part of the picture is somebody who has a blanket wrapped around her.
Because, yeah, she hurt.
It's not her. She's stuck.
Because she's stuck in the blep?
She's stuck in the blep. So somebody walked up and wrapped a blanket around her. It's like you'll be okay, honey. She's not okay. She got the bleps.
Look, you can't use that terminology.
She's got the bleps.
Some nasty bleps.
She's got the bleps. She's got the bleps. She's got the bleps. She do be do a blepto. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, so like putting grass back here is the relatively easy part of this. Yeah, so that's doing okay. I do need to put some vines on the wall.
Sat on my foot again. Fell asleep. Foot fell asleep again because I sat on it.
I'm gonna put the bag in with actors. I'm gonna put, what do I call this? Idle. Oh, I guess. Idle. These two would be included in structure. Okay. Oh, I need a ceiling.
Now go back to the picture with Indiana Jones. Once you figure out your ceiling.
Why?
Because I want to point. I think I remember seeing something, and I want to point it out. Yeah, there's light coming into that room. So there's clearly a window in that room.
You could say that about anything. This entire area is lit way too much. Like, not just from above, the whole room. Why is it not just lit, but evenly lit to where shadows are minimized?
Why couldn't
it doesn't make any sense?
Well, why couldn't he come in through one of the windows? Why did he have to come in through the death door?
I had a problem with that, and like it was Borderlands had one of the vaults that hasn't been opened for like centuries and had a super secret thing in there. But when you looked up, you saw like some of the sky rises through the little hole in the ceiling. You're like,
yeah, you should have seen this. It's right here.
Why did we not just go in through there?
Yeah.
Like, you have spaceships, you space lasers. It just there's already weird science when it comes to some of that stuff. Normally I wouldn't use something like this because it's definitely way darker, but it's also a ceiling, so I can probably get away with it a bit more, and it has the benefit of it is the only model there, and as long as I make it wide enough, it should be the only part of it that's visible. It means I can just pump up the brightness if I really want to make it work. I think this is the easiest solution. And it's kind of like bent in the middle, which is like kind of goofy and works. Okay. Let's go back and turn on those lights. So right now I am using these side lights, but I'm going to turn those off, and I'm going to put some new lights in here. What's this one for? Oh, that.
I'm trying to think the process of me trying to find the cure for the blebs when I boop. Like, bring in the next pony, give her an attempted cure, and have her drink it, and then boop, and then she just explodes. That one didn't work. Bring in the next pony. That would be so sad. I'd be very upset.
But who's bringing them in?
My
oh,
assistant.
you have a stallion as an assistant. No, because if you did, you would definitely be tempted to boop them, right?
I wanted to cure an assistant.
Yeah, but you would boop the assistant eventually.
The curing assistant? Yeah.
No, it would do the same thing. And then when you do that, then you don't have an assistant anymore. So then you just found that all your assistants are just your test subjects.
Can I just steal Spike? I mean, I could kick him a bunch. He's used
you would
to
want
it.
Spike?
I don't want Spike, but I feel like he's used to a certain amount of abuse.
Yeah, you're probably right, but
I could just kind of slap him. Like, brings me more horses.
And then somebody just slap him. He's like, "What did you need?" No.
Nothing. Now go back to finding more horses. Bring them to me. I'm sure it'll all work out. Find the cure. Like, what was your last attempt at the cure? Well, I had some lemon juice. You thought lemon juice. No. I work. Cured scurvy. There's a clock right there. Knightley shall land in like 30 minutes.
It lands at 9:40, so in 40 minutes. And so yeah, but I'll have to.
He's on one of them slow planes.
Yeah, he's flying on the definitely reliable carrier.
I only ever flew on a propeller driven plane once, and they are so much slower. I didn't even realize. Like, the difference is night and day.
My dad gets to they've been trying to get a schedule for a while, and they finally got a date for it. They're going to be doing a fly on a beach with an old World War II bomber, like the original. And so you have to like crawl around inside of it because of like how it was built and whatnot. But yeah, they're going to be doing that on my birthday, actually, which I thought was funny.
A little bit.
But it was his birthday present, or birthday or Christmas present from years ago. So
Yeah. Took a long time to get that reservation, I guess.
yeah, it's not cheap. It's like $300, and you go up with like a couple people, but they only run it on like a couple times. It has to be based on weather and whatnot, because it's not exactly like a new plane.
Yeah, they take out when conditions are favorable. Like the one time I was on the propeller plane, it was loud, it was slow, and I can see why they moved the jets. The only advantage. Okay, there's actually a couple of advantages to propeller planes. They can run on standard gasoline, which is an advantage, and they're far more energy efficient in general. So you can get a lot further on, a lot less money, but they're much slower and they're very loud. That's why there's still propeller craft used in the military, because like it's nice to have a long range, cheap means of flying people around. Speaking of which, I actually saw 3 single prop plane propellers doing some sort of aerial formation on the way home today. They were like flying in, like there was like 4 of them, and they were flying in close proximity, and then they all broke off of one another. I assume they were just practicing, because I was unaware of any air shows, but they were just flying over Eden Prairie, I guess.
Every now and then I hear like some propeller driven one that goes over.
It was just cool to watch them information. It was just freaking, I was just sitting at the freaking stoplight and I just see them up there all flying information and stuff.
Well, and that's why, like, when you think about how loud those are, just imagine like World War II, hearing that, like when you have 90 or 100 of those things coming in to do a bombing.
Yes.
Like, holy crap, that has got to be terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear the roar of them?
You fart?
No, it was just my stomach.
Oh, okay. They farted.
It was gurgling. I'm gonna fart. I'm gonna go into the other room.
I know you've done that before.
I have. Because sometimes it just says, my stomach just says, I'm a fart. I'm a fart now. I'm either gonna do it here or I'm gonna do it out there. Your choice.
No, I'm not.
But if I go stinking up this room, you're gonna get me all the. You're gonna give me a lot of.
Yeah, we put the paint on. I don't want you peeling it off.
Oh, I'm a little blown. That room over there is not done yet. Nightly.
Yeah, but couldn't do anything about it.
Nope.
It's got progress, so that's
soon. Soon. I forget. Was the roof up? Not the roof. The ceiling.
Yes. I was gonna put the wiring in place to try to get something set up for in case we wanted to run a new networking thing, but we have access to where that ceiling is and it runs straight across, so it's like if we ever need to run it, we can literally throw it up there at any time, so I just didn't bother. That was apparently 60 was the number I needed.
Scooby Blub though. She's trying to catch the snowflakes. Oh,
oh, these things. No. Friendship cannon.
This is a defense mechanism. It's like, it's so beautiful. You just get vaporized.
No, I wanted to get a little bit more specific to it. I can't have noise for the same reason that I couldn't do the other one. So put that in there. We're going to decrease that to, let's say 5. Actually, I'd probably do like 2. Yeah, there. Put it to like there. And I want to have it fading a little bit more towards the bottom. Yeah, sorry. So do far edge, bring it in a little bit, bring it up. Actually, might have to decrease if cut off. Oh, no, that's. Actually, I do still decrease it. Yeah, because I wanted to have it so that there's light coming down, but I also didn't want to have like light being annoying and how it was filling her face. So we're gonna do another light here, and we're going to pick the coloration of the idle light. I think I did. Yep.
So we gotta make plans on what we're gonna do when Nightly gets back here.
Hang out and be like, "Yo." And he'll be like, yo.
It's a good plan. He's like in a different time zone than us, right?
Eastern.
He's gonna be all tired.
Only an hour.
It makes a difference. It's gonna be all jet lagged. Never gonna be able to recover.
Right.
That 1 hour jet lag.
But this direction you gain an hour, so it just depends on sleep schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can make it so that it's like pretty bright from the front, but I feel like I want to have just a bit of brightness from the front like this. Then I'm going to grab this again and I'm going to make, so this will be actor, idle light front. And then this one will be actor, idle light top.
I'm gonna make sure to pick up some of them breathe right nasal strips, because last time we went to a convention, I was informed that I was snoring.
On what?
Like I was snoring. Last time I went to the convention. I was also like, apparently, according to Jay, mostly off the bed and hanging like on a precipice.
Well, don't do that.
He's like, I don't know how you stayed asleep. We were like right on the edge. Talented.
Why is... Oh, I turned off the shadow. Okay. All right. I want to have it be where most of the light should be coming from above, so I wanted to kind of have it show that it was, but it also doesn't look that good if it's like that sharp of a shadow. So because it's just saying like the booper.
I like the booper. That's good. You should be the booper.
We're gonna just fade out that shadow a little bit. It just makes it look a little more like the light's coming from the front, and at the same time we're gonna make.
I like that you called it the booper. I feel like I've won some small battle. It's not the nose. It's not even the muzzle. It's the booper.
No, I'm doing it because I gotta do it for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes things might not seem logical, but you have to do it for the children.
For the laughter of a child.
Why is it that every time you have to do that laugh, you have to do this? Exactly?
Because that's how you show how much fun you're having.
Like, no, it's always like, if it's normal laughter, it's hee hee, but kid laughter, hee hee hee. Or the clown. Like, okay. Oh no, that one had like a flop at the beginning. There you go.
There you go.
It's a little different.
I'm a little different. At least that's how my mother always introduces me to people. He's a little different. And I cry a little on the inside.
How often does your mother introduce you to people? I would think that
Never.
You came from Kentucky. Don't you already know everybody?
Yeah,
half of your family.
It's just like, that's my third cousin 3 times removed. It is impressive out in like rural areas how many there's like so many families that have been there forever, and they're like, you'll have like 5 families who are half the population of an area. It's weird. I think
really
in our
talking up the amazingness of your hometown.
I think to me there were the beaches, the jumps.
Well, you could have been nicer about it.
I get.
Well, there was those bitches.
There were a few families that had. There was just a crap ton of them. Like you would never walk into any place without one of like 5 families having a family member in that building. Because it was just, they were farming families who had been in an area since time forgot. And they just never left.
Where are we going into her eye? I am going to the eye so I can light them. Because when you have a very, very bright light source like this, the eye is wet, so you have to anticipate that the light is going to reflect off it more like a metallic or a shiny surface. So it is going to bounce light back to you faster than a opaque surface or like skin that's going to absorb it more. So I want to show that. Well, I can't really. If you have the revamped, it can kind of add a little bit of a gloss, and technically there is the ability to have it where eyes will reflect light in a certain way naturally from the environment. The difficulty with doing that though is when light does that, like say if I put like 5 lights around to light the character, you're actually going to see those individual lights being reflected in the eye, and that gets a little bit different. It just doesn't work.
You know, what if she was holding a potato instead? I almost feel like it would be holding a potato. Potatoes are funny.
I feel like the underlight can actually be probably turned off or reduced significantly, because yeah, I'm gonna drop to like there. I want a little bit, but I mean here again, it's kind of better lit, but it's only because it's a movie and it was back on film, and they probably couldn't really like film movies in like really dark environments.
Well, they can't do it now. Remember, there's a bunch of people complaining about the new what was the show with the dragons that I never watched? It was super popular. Had an angry kid who was king. Game of Thrones.
Dragon Prince.
Yeah, it was like.
Oh no, that Game of Thrones. It was
the sequel. It was the sequel to Game of Thrones, or the prequel. It was one of them. It was something. Whatever. There's a lot of complaints that all the scenes were crazy dark, and nobody could see what was actually going on.
Well, that depends. Like, if they filmed it with like HDR in mind or something,
yeah,
and then sacrifice the visibility for other people. Also, it could be that like that's why calibration's a big thing, because you have to make sure that like you're matching what the standard environment would be for somebody. And
I think they were aiming for realism, so they tried to do all the lighting with just actual like torches and fires and stuff. And then it was like, this room's dark as hell.
Yeah, you can't really do that. That's why, and I've done it in here. If you like here, I don't care as much in the background because it's a cave, it's dark, whatever. But normally, if you're representing night, just put blue light everywhere, and then suddenly you're good. You don't need to have.
It's a good quote.
You don't actually need to have light there. Blue is interpreted as night. Wait. Did I grab something by accident?
It turns out in ancient castles, once the sun went down, you couldn't see crap.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so I want to grab some kind of a vine hanging wall thing. These are just some standard ones, but I want to go like the lazy route and find the one that has the most. Those are pretty small. Which one has like an abs? Ooh, those look. I think these ones are the ones I tried before though, and they were kind of brown, and I don't want brown vines. These are like doing pretty good. What are these?
Kind of wish I could go back in time and spend 1 week living in an era without electric light. I think that'd be fun.
It's really easy to do that. You just shut off the light.
That is not the same. No, I'm talking about actually like walking through a huge building with nothing but like a candle in your hand.
You can do that. Shut the lights off and then get a candle.
You want to walk around the house with all the lights off? And even the street lights outside are going to put light through the window.
Then close all the windows.
I'm going to just start nailing this place completely dark.
You already do. Your room is that.
It's
and
not
then
nearly dark.
Then you have your light, and not only that, but you have it set up to like you can talk to it to turn your light on, and you're like, you know what I want instead? No electronics.
I want zero light. I want just dark. I want advanced darkness.
Advanced darkness.
Yeah. Camping, if you can get in a place that's actually like dark. That's
where like Kyle and John I've done before, and I've done with my family before, is you go to the Boundary Waters, because in the Boundary Waters, which they're called the Boundary Waters because they're at the boundary of Minnesota and Canada, and they actually kind of in the way I think cross over. There is no large city within at least I think like 20 miles. And even then, I think the only one that is like Ely, and that is basically the gateway to the Boundary Waters, and it is a small town that's just made for that. So they already don't have much. There is so little light pollution up there that the stars start coming out while the sun is still up, and you will have a hard time distinguishing horizon from sky or horizon from tree line. It is just they all blend together because it's just pure black.
I do remember when I was living in Kentucky, my parents did live out in the boonies, and I could see all the stars almost every night when it was clear. Here, I can't see shit. And
Well, yeah,
I kind of miss the stars.
But we're only like a couple miles from a huge city. And especially like if you go in the winter, like the winter here, if you get snow everywhere, holy crap, day and night is hard to distinguish because of how bright. If it's cloudy and it just snowed, all the city lights will bounce off the clouds, then back off the ground, and you'll just keep bouncing. It makes the nights pretty bright.
There is such a drastic difference that I do feel that somebody who spent their entire life in the city, if they did get out to say the Boundary Waters and looked up, they'd be like, holy crap, what are those?
People have seen pictures. It's just different to be in person.
It's way different.
We were in the Boundary Waters once when there was a meteor shower going on. And that's really cool because it's super dark. So you can pick up even the finest and smallest ones. So we were laying there and we were counting like a shooting star every 2 to 3 seconds. Just looking straight up ahead, not changing our view. It was really, really cool. You can see tons of satellites go overhead. Because it's just, again, you can pick up everything. It's not the darkest sky in America. Like if there's a location down in like Utah or New Mexico or something.
There'd probably be some places.
No, it's with where it is and how dry it gets and all that, it's considered to be the darkest sky that you can get. And you're literally still in the middle of nowhere. Boundary Waters is just nice because you still got nature and trees and everything. You're not in a desert. No, the Boundary Waters is neat. It's really cool. There's a lot to take in when you're out there. But the thing is, there's no motors either. So you take a canoe in, and the only sound you'll hear is every now and then if somebody like hits a rock with their paddle or something, you'll hear it kind of echo. Other than that, no planes are allowed over it.
Canoes.
But no, it's an airplane dead zone too, so you won't hear planes flying over. It is literally pure nature. It's just also if something goes wrong, kind of on your own.
You know, one of the things for people who join an Antarctic team, one of the things they have to have done before they can go?
Vasectomy.
No. Why would they need to have a vasectomy?
Yes, like, I gave you the answer.
If you want to go to the Arctic, no having children.
Have you seen the polar bears out there?
They will eat those babies.
No, it's damn sexy. You won't be able to hold yourself back.
You have to have your appendix removed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the last thing they want to deal with, I think they had it when a doctor.
Yeah, a doctor did his own.
A doctor had to do his own appendix removal. Because he's like, it's like, quick, get the doctor. You are the doctor. Oh, no. Rough day. Appendicitis.
DarkSideFinder is .com is a light pollution map. Okay, that's neat.
I still have my appendix.
I do too.
Taking time bombs, man.
Not everybody has to have them.
I explode. You seen what things I eat?
Didn't they do that in Family Guy?
What's that?
Somebody had appendicitis, and so they on the street, the guy just cut him open, cut it out, and then grabbed it and threw it, and it exploded. I'm gonna put these with part of the structure.
Just you need those.
Backlight one. Okay, so do that one.
I like the big thing that wants squishier. Get the big ceiling above her. The rock doesn't even come. The ceiling just like, I'd get her. Come down with a big block. Could even put that on a reset.
I'm adding a couple little lights in the background so that like it's not meant to be like anything other than just accent lighting. Where am I right now? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably move it. And then I want to have another one that's actually like kind of at this door.
Not that get Niley to like test the mead at the fair and then compare it against mine. And I'll say rightfully so that the stuff at the fair is better, as it is. And I'm looking forward to drinking lots of it.
I think the stuff at Ren Fair, the reason I like it is it's almost syrupy. It's thick.
Yeah.
It just tastes like you're getting a lot out of it. It's it's super rich and whatnot. But when you're there, you can ask them like, "Hey, what's your secret?" And then they can say, "Spy," and then they challenge you to a duel.
I would be curious to see if they sell yeast cultures, but I doubt it. I have to imagine for any brewery, the yeast culture is the one thing that is like guarded the most.
I think they're going to be fine because if they only sell to Ren Fairs,
yeah,
people aren't going to be bringing their own meat to sell there because they're the exclusive seller. They already had the market cornered on it. They're not going to have a benefit, or it's not going to change them at all for their business, unless somebody could then take that yeast, build up a huge empire, and then like undercut them.
They could.
That'd be super hard to do at this point.
Because the one thing I found, like, there's a lot of things that affect the taste of alcohol when you're brewing it. But the thing that has the biggest effect is what the yeast you use. I guarantee you every brewery in the country or the world really, they protect their yeast culture as though it was gold. Because you could probably, if Guinness, if you got a hold of their yeast culture, you could probably make something that tastes exactly like Guinness. But without it, you're never going to get it right.
I'm going to guess, though, that there's probably a lot more to their process. Like this certain ways that they do the whole process that ensure the tasting is the same, because consistency is important.
But you could get the recipe for Guinness and it would not taste the same without their yeast culture. You get all the instructions to the letter, but if you don't have their yeast culture, it's not going to be the same. So, I'd be very surprised if anyone who was willing to give theirs up. Lining up the wolf.
So how's it look?
Looks pretty good. Definitely could use something though.
I think I need like broken rock.
Thinking like a carrot. You try both.
Like
see which one works.
I don't know why after like 4 years that you still say something and then I hope that there's a response that's actually helpful.
I've been helping a ton.
Ton is a weight.
Yes.
Should I put this one in there?
Yes, because the ancient Aztecs all made sure to use rebar.
Ancient rebar. I like it.
Yes.
No, I mean like technically this isn't, but oh no, this is a moss covered one. There
you go.
I was like, wait a second, I remember one of these covered in moss. There's like tiles and stuff mixed in there too, but whatever.
I'm just gonna
dehydrate. Ooh, I do. I can't drink any more
Get
booze.
ready to drive, Nolan.
Yeah, I gotta leave in.
He's trying to
like
kill
10
you.
minutes. I do have a little bit left in here.
Now see, he's hammered.
It's done, but I can't do it anymore.
I'll take your drink then. Come get it, Nolan.
No, I got some. There was a little splash in there, still a little bit more in the splash anyway. I swear there was more Blue Moon in there, but I know that they were kind of sneaking behind some stuff, and I probably just didn't pay attention.
I never get anything out of this fridge down here. It's too far.
Well, it's down here mainly for group stuff, but also just because of it, I use it.
We gotta have group area down here.
Working on it.
I mean, we have this.
I sent you the message. The flooring is scheduled.
You did?
It's kind of scheduled. Like the lady called about it, and she's like, yeah, so because that date's so far out, because it was like first week of October. She goes, I don't even have to look. I'm like, it'll be no problem getting it scheduled. But then everything kind of made it sound like she was like not locking it in. I'm like, okay. I did ask her about like, because there's like the 3-inch gap in the floor. Like, is this a subfloor? Can they fill in 3 inches of a hole? And she's like, oh, I have no clue.
We could quick create that in if you want.
I'm thinking that I feel safer and better if we do that
we
before.
We can pick some up at Menards or whatever.
I still have some free money for Menards.
Yeah. That's super easy.
But yeah, I feel like, because a subfloor sounds to me like something that dries really quickly, but also is probably meant to be flattened out and over a long area.
Yeah, it's not supposed to.
Yeah, you make a big brick of it, and that center's not going to solidify. Or if it does, it might shrink, and then you're going to have like this dip.
I even still have my concrete smoothing tools.
So, but we don't want to go. We don't want to smooth it. I want to have it be almost to the top, but a little short, because then I want the subfloor to fill in the rest. But I don't. But going that deep,
you would want it even with the rest of the floor.
No, but that's what the subfloor does. So the subflooring is meant to flatten out everything, because it's going to be.
I still feel like you would want to flatten it.
No, they will.
Yeah.
No,
why did they gotta do it?
No, that because with the tile and the angles at the edge and everything, the stuff they'll put down will fill in all those areas and make it flat. I added it on so that we could get all that, because like there's one of the part of the walls angles up a little bit, and then there's a tile. Well, now there's a gap from where that tile goes up to that angle, so they fill in with a goop, and they will dry really fast.
So when are they doing this?
First week of October.
Okay.
So we still have a week and a half after we get back, because we have to spend the time painting.
We'll get the concrete.
So no real rush.
I was gonna say a little busy this weekend. Next weekend, super busy.
Wow, it's only 1 week.
Yeah, be horsing all over the place.
I gotta get some of this. I don't need to prep too much for the panel. The nice thing about going to a convention I haven't been to before is,
you're gonna have a whole new audience.
Most people just have questions, so I'm not too worried about it. I did have somebody already ask on Twitter is excited if I had a panel, so.
We'll just hand them the
It'd be weird. It'd be really weird if like the convention's like, can you come as a community guest? Sure. Like I can do that. And like, what about you? Nothing. Just be there and wave.
I'm gonna have a basket at your panel, and it's just gonna be labeled questions to ask, so I can give the audience questions to ask you.
Okay, that seems actually very Michael.
In case they're nervous and they don't know what to ask.
Or I feel like you're trying to control a narrative, but
I mean, they're gonna ask the obvious questions, like why didn't you get the horse a carrot? Why are their hooves cold? Stuff like that.
What's with you and carrots today?
That's my thing today. It's the carrot thing. Gotta have a thing. Gotta have a theme.
You do have a theme. Actually, you have more themes of anybody I know.
Gotta keep it interesting, and yet the same all at once. She could settle for a parsnip. Like, she's not picky. That's essentially just a white carrot.
No, she's good.
You hungry?
I feel like a reflective item like this, I don't know if they do this in here. Not really. Something like that would have like a lensing effect. Okay. Depending on where you hit it, that certain areas would just be like very bright, and you'd have like the weird light lines everywhere because it would be reflecting in weird ways and like amplifying it and darkening it in other areas. And this is very smooth, but still.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that actually reminded me. I need to. That's the structure. So this is idle light. I don't have a light for that, so I guess let's make a new light.
She's like, turn off your lamp. And he just pulls up in a car and turns on the brights. They're just in the temple. Like, how'd you get in here?
I'm gonna kind of give it a little bit of an unnatural type feel. Make sure it says arriving. Oh,
Checking that his plane's not exploding.
we got to go because the plane just landed.
Well,
That's what that was. He just went boop boop because he just landed. So we're gonna head out to pick up Knightley. So we'll see you guys later. Who we got on here right now? We haven't went to Nashi for a while playing Pikmin. So we can go over there.
oh, everybody streamed the 9.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of
Friday
people.
night.
Well, and I'm ending half hour early. I don't know if that matters, but
Probably a lot of people at the same time you do.
But yeah, there we go. You go.
We're already
to,
talking about the laps.
Play the Pikachu's like a mecha pony.
Mecha pony. Mecha.
And we'll see you guys later. Next stream's probably going to be Tuesday, but after Tuesday, it's going to be a while. We're going to be, because we're going to Galicon, we're going to be gone from next Thursday through the next Friday. So I don't know if it might be another week or so before, week and a half, 2 weeks before we come back to streaming. So this might, we'll see you Tuesday, but it's going to be a while after that. So, but thank you to the resub from Silver. Thank you for the cheers from Nellen, and thank you for surrender from good stuff. I see you have arrived. We're on our way. So we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
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 Tell me carrots. Tell that pony carrots.
Oh.